Oh, look at me. I'm Joey.
Welcome to another episode of Two Whites and a... Thursday night here at the studio. How you guys doing? Good?
This is the least prepped I've ever been for an episode. I'm not ready for this.
But it's the most amped you've ever been, though. It's but it's got to be the most amped you've ever been after the last couple of days of quality content. It's been given to us by the financial gods, right?
Mike hasn't looked at 1 minute of it.
You haven't?
All I've seen is the headlines that you guys fucking posted in the group. I'm like, I've had a long week at work, to be honest, and I get home, I'm like,
you think my week hasn't been long, bro?
I know it has.
Well, okay.
Congrats.
What did you spend your money on? Who's starting this week? Who started last week? You, Mike, or Will? Okay, so you start this week.
I just spent money on gas. That's about it. And groceries. Nothing fun this week. No Amazon purchases. Nothing cool. Back at work. Back to the grind. Not doing shit.
That sucks.
Not spending money on anything.
That really
Except
sucks.
for getting to work and surviving at work.
How's that life? Surviving at work.
Well, I mean, like by sustenance.
Just eating birdseed.
How many times do you sanitize your keyboard and desk during the day?
No, I don't.
You don't?
I started to sanitize my hands before I touch my shit. But yeah, we gotta get our temperature checked every day when we go in.
Really?
Yeah.
They got the gun on you?
Yeah. We got the gun, and then we got touchless signing in because you just have to put our finger down. Now we just tap our wallets.
You have to put your finger down to sign in the building?
Yeah.
Fingerprint access?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Tap your wallet.
Oh, well, you just had a card that you put
the key fob card thing.
Yeah.
RFID.
Yeah, so that's about it, honestly.
What about you, Mr. Wireman?
I just spent a bunch of money today, actually.
I love this.
I'm going up to. I'm not. It's nothing like
car maintenance.
I'm going up to the cottage. No car maintenance. I'm still a little bit worried about my sweating engine. Still kind of fucking leaving me a little bit in the.
I guess so. Yeah.
Lights there, but no. I'm going up north tomorrow morning, so I just filled my tank with gas, which I did the Thursday night. Saved 3 cents on Supreme.
Nice.
So that was good. So
what is that? What do you mean?
It's just a deal at that gas station Thursday nights.
What gas station is that?
The one that I never can say the name. We've talked about it like 3 times on this fucking show.
What, a Petro or
Lindemar or not Lindemar, fucking...
the fucking Eagle one?
Yeah, the one on Wilson Street.
Whitney Plaza?
Yeah.
I can't remember the
name
of it either.
Before.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Ultramar.
Yeah, that's it. The blue and yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thursday nights. So you have 3 cents off, whatever.
I got to get gas there after work.
So yeah, I did that. Then I just bought a bunch of beer.
It's nice filling up the night before too, because you can just zip up there.
Yeah, well, I was driving up. My car hadn't hit empty in fucking months.
Mm-hmm.
Like not empty, but like
the gas light.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, I had to get gas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, I'm going up to cottage tomorrow. I'm going to need a full tank. I'm like, oh, it's fucking Thursday. I can save money. 3 cents, perfect. So save like $10, honestly, which is pretty decent.
Is it better to get gas before you go to the cottage the night before, or counterpoint, go to the morning bagel coffee gas?
But gas is always more expensive in the morning. Is
it worth it though?
No, I'd rather get it at night and have it.
I don't know, but if you save 3 cents a liter on a 30-liter tank, what do you save?
It's not even $1.
My liter's like, I was like, it's like 60. Mine's a 60-liter tank.
Okay, so you save $1.80.
Whatever.
He pays for the coffee in the morning.
Saved it.
Yeah, that's true.
Better than spending it.
Why didn't you get a couple more tanks? Could have saved more money.
Inconvenience to go.
I know.
Anyway, I'm like, fuck, I'll go there.
That's true. Yeah.
Might as well just save $1.80 or whatever. I don't care. Yeah. It's pretty decent.
That is pretty.
No, but I think it's like, well, yeah, whatever. Never mind. I know you can say that.
Well, what else did you do? That's it.
Groceries, beers.
No one spends any money here.
Well, I spent like $200, but nothing fun.
Nothing to show for it. Like in a week, you're gonna have nothing left of that.
And that's the goal.
Yeah, that's
I can't wait to. I just bought 2 steaks.
Oh yeah,
fat steaks, nice. $15. I was looking at the Granddaddy, $22 for one.
Ooh. Is it worth cooking that when you're all wasted and A, not going to cook it right, B, not going to enjoy it as much?
Nice marbling on it, but you're just
fuck yeah.
But you're just fucked anyways. You can't
you're letting a snake dart handle it anyways.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I think it's just me and the girls going up.
Oh yeah,
Nick's coming.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be fun.
Girls' weekend
could be, or it might not be fun at all.
I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I think I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna do mushrooms and just.
Oh yeah. True, it is. That's sweet.
That's kind of the point.
That could be a good
Kenzie
weekend.
going?
Yeah, yeah, she's going. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who is it? You, Ken's, Claire, and Sophie. Yep. That's it.
Oh yeah, true.
Drink a bunch of beer and see some sound.
I got stuff to do. I got stuff to do. I can't go.
Yeah, same.
I'm getting my haircut tomorrow, so I spent $40 on that.
You prepaid?
I always prepay.
You can do that?
What the fuck?
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, this guy
Like load up your card, your
Phil,
Presto card.
Phil Westdale Barber Phil is living in fucking 2025.
Good.
You book your appointment, you pay online,
Teleports to work.
Not
And
too
then you
far
go.
ahead, just 5 years in the future.
and then you go.
A lot can happen in 5 years. We've
Most
discussed that before.
Most
Yeah,
people
that's
are
true.
most people are already doing this. I think. Like, I'm pretty sure I prepay for almost everything
Cloning
else.
Really?
himself
Yeah.
for barbers?
No, not
He's
yet.
not living in 2050.
Only a matter of time though. I mean, how far off we're from that?
I don't
That's
know.
a whole other story.
Exponential technology. These.
I saw on
exponential.
I saw on Shitty Robots on Reddit a guy put together a robot.
What? Wait. What?
Shitty Robots on
What
Reddit.
is that?
It's like just subreddit of guys who are building robots for fun. This guy built a robot to cut his hair during quarantine and fucking does such a shit job. Hence the name Shitty Robots.
Wait. What?
Pure jokes.
Go
Pure
back
jokes.
further. How did you stumble across this?
Reddit.
Shitty robot.
A lot of people use
That's right up my alley.
a lot of
Yeah.
people use Reddit for like, I think they use it for like news and stuff. Like, not me. I don't need to get news there. I get news other places. I want to see shitty robots.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see surreal memes. That's another good one.
Surreal meme.
Like memes that don't make a lot of sense about like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Hard to really explain it beyond that.
Like the ones that we all like the Kirker Bing.
That's
Yeah,
that's in
yeah,
there.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
those are called Spubbies. I subscribe to that channel too.
Spubbies?
Spubbies, yeah.
Those are like my favorite.
Shitty off brands. I like a lot. That's a good one.
Yeah, I like that too. That's
Yeah, there's a bunch of good shit on Reddit, but I don't use Reddit for anything except just garbage and basketball too. But yeah, I didn't spend any money. Fucking, things are tightening up. I think we're getting back into the swing of things.
I'm noticing that too.
Summer's pretty much over now, so
Yeah.
pretty much over. July 30th.
Feels
only
like
6
it.
weeks to go.
Fucking feels like it.
You got two
Like
long
the-
weekends left, right? I think there's 8 in
One-
the summer,
one is
4 in the
like-
summer.
I'm just
Yeah.
noticing in the morning, like I'm up very early, but it's like it's dark again.
Yeah.
Like it was starting to be like I was going to work with the sunrise, which is always
Mhm.
nice to do.
Love that.
But yesterday it was dark again. I'm like, fuck, it was like 2 weeks I had that, if it seemed like.
Your
Yeah.
sister and I have been going to the gym at 6 in the morning, a couple days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Sucks to you.
It was okay, like whatever when I first started going a week and a half ago. But you're right. This week going at like 7:30, you notice it's still pretty dark out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of
Starting to
this
change.
summer was fucking hot for me, man. It was baking a lot outside.
Yeah, it was.
This is the most tan I've ever fucking been.
We talk about the weather on this podcast now.
We can. I mean, I don't like to, but we don't really have. Well, I guess we got some shit. To
We always
We're not
got
just
shit
gonna
to
talk about
say.
the weather for another hour.
We're gonna fucking talk.
Good.
We're gonna talk about the
we
fucking.
couldn't.
We're gonna talk about big tech today because those 4 guys, Google guy whose name I don't know, and even if I did, I wouldn't be able to
Sundar
pronounce
Pichai?
it. Pichai, yeah, Mr.
Even though they were
Pichai,
calling him Pichai.
Mr.
They're
Pichai.
just taking so many liberties in
so
that meeting.
dumb. So they got Sundar, Jeff,
John's putts.
Jeff, Mark,
8-foot gimme.
and Tim yesterday, giving the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse yesterday, giving their
Horsemen?
testimony to the Antitrust Committee or whatever, which we talked about a little bit before we
Prefix
started.
is for me because I don't give a fuck. What is the anti? I'm assuming is it exactly what I think it is?
What exactly do you think it is?
I think it's like I don't know who would go against like Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
Amazon or all that shit. Who would go against them? Who would be them? Who would head on them in a contest?
Like that's what you think.
Wait,
That's what you think.
what?
That's what you think it is. Like who would head them on in a contest?
It's like
I'm
a cage
asking
fight.
Who would like go up against them? Who would be
Who's a competitor?
Who would be forcing this? Like whatever.
So this
Whatever this hearing.
comes from
So I was not a fucking lawyer.
formally. I
That's
think
why.
formally,
That's
I
it.
think this hearing comes from an investigation
Jesus Christ,
done.
How stupid did I just fucking?
No, you're all right. You're all right.
Holy fuck!
You know what the thing is, Mike? Sometimes you say stuff like that and you know it's wrong as you're saying it, but other people know it's wrong when they think it and they don't bother saying it and they never find out. They don't bother
We're
to
gonna
learn.
get learned.
They don't bother
on
to
this
learn.
Show.
Yeah.
So it's better you just say that and then we
No,
work
but
through
that's
it.
not even like so. Okay, so what like I was gonna say anyway because I want to know who the fuck caused this hearing. Is it just like
That's a good question.
Is it the people?
It's a good question.
The public?
Well, it's like the government.
The government? Okay.
They do
So-
it. They say they're doing it on behalf of the public.
Yeah,
That was
right.
the opening statements were like all about how Amazon and Facebook and Google are just wronging the little guy.
So
and
the
wronging-
the antitrust
Yeah.
thing is basically they're just like exploiting their privacy policies.
Well,
and
and no,
whatever they
what-
can. Like they're just
What antitrust is they're afraid that they're becoming monopolies.
too big.
they're
Yeah.
afraid of that. So
That's
like,
what the government is
government is.
afraid that these tech companies are becoming monopolies in their field.
they
We
are.
talked a bit about like an
Is
easy.
that not obvious? Or?
Well,
Well, you should have listened to it because it's funny. You listen to like Mark Zuckerberg, Bezos, and them. They all talk down their business
Yeah.
Of
in
course
this,
they do.
but you listen to the earnings call, and it's so the opposite. It's like we're killing it in this. we're making so many inroads in that, and like we're like
Yeah.
this percentage of it, and then in this hearing, it's like, yeah, but like we're only this percentage
Yeah,
of
it's
the sales,
Yeah.
and like there's like all
Yeah.
these other competitors. I can name you 50 of them.
It's hilarious because of course you want to do that. If you downplay everything to the people that are calling you out on shit,
Yeah,
which is what's happening.
but they don't believe it either.
But
Though.
what right does the government? What is the issue? Like the government are obviously scared of
So this is the issue.
becoming the little guy.
The issue is-
they're going to be like, I have all the money.
That's a big
bitch.
piece of it.
That's a yeah.
That they control stuff that like a government would typically control. Like in this case, you heard a little bit about
So now
Google
we're gonna have a
yesterday.
branded government.
Well, not even that, but you heard a bit about Google yesterday
Google.
talking about like the flow of information from search, right? And so we talked on this show a couple weeks ago about the Yelp versus Google antitrust from a few years back. Yelp basically tried to get Google on an antitrust violation by saying like when people search for restaurant reviews on Google, all Google is doing is taking our reviews and putting them in their own Google reviews box and not giving them the service. And Google, on the other side of that coin, basically, says that it's not our
Yeah.
fault. People are using Google to search for restaurants and not using Google to search for Yelp. That's not our problem. That's a you problem, not a Google problem. And so amplify that by 1 million times. And now whenever you search for anything that you want to buy, what's the first thing you get back?
Google. You're gonna
And you go to Google and you get Amazon back.
Yeah.
They cut all these other little vendors out, right? And there was a little bit about that yesterday. First of all, I want to talk. Let's lead with this, okay? I think that pop sockets are the dumbest fucking thing in the world.
Don't know what it is.
Of course you don't. It's a
Sounds
thing that goes on the
fucking
back of your phone that like pops out.
Oh, okay.
That chicks always have it. They
Yeah,
always
okay.
have it on the
Wasn't that
phone.
like back? Like I don't know. I was like back.
It
in the
is
day.
the
Wasn't
dumbest-
That long ago, it's like if you had this, you're a thought.
It's the absolute dumbest
Yeah,
thing in the
yeah.
world.
Fuck, it's just like they can hold it in their hand.
It's
right?
so stupid. And of course, even
How
the
do you
pop
put it in your
sockets,
pocket?
you put in your purse or in your fanny pack or
The
whatever.
fucking guy
Who
that I
fucking
work
knows?
with has one. I was like, what the fuck do you have that?
You
Does
don't
he
need
clip
it.
it onto his belt or
I don't know
something.
what
Where
the fuck he does
does
with
it
it.
go?
He just wears huge pants.
Do you remember the
Oh.
OtterBox belt clip cases for like those were the
No.
shit for like 6 months
I'd
back
wear
in
those.
Oh, yeah.
2011
I
or
have
something
one of
like
those
that?
now for
Anyway.
work.
So I found it funny that the Pop Sockets CEO somehow like came up in this hearing yesterday talking about how Amazon was selling fake pop sockets and it's not fair to real pop sockets that they're selling fakies and
Yeah.
counterfeit product and
Yeah, but do you have or do you have like the patents and shit to say no one else can do
does
this?
it even matter? How do you patent a pop socket?
That's what I'm saying.
Like I don't understand how they can do that first
Yeah,
of all.
exactly.
And so that I thought that was
How do you
funny.
patent it?
Like a pop socket is like just it's not there's no like proprietary tech in there. It's just a thing you stick on the back of your phone.
It's just like
So
the
what?
geometry of that.
Yeah.
Like, you can 100% patent that.
I don't think so.
Have you watched Dragon's Den? Some of the
But
shit
what-
that they fucking like have on there that people
but
like.
what
Also, like there was one guy on there. He was selling a product, but he had patented on the design of like the case for the.
I remember
product.
that. Yeah.
So he was trying to sell the product. The guys or whatever that weren't interested, but they were interested in the case because he like did some twist thing and it released the product.
Yeah, but that's new tech though.
I guess
that's something you can patent. Or like the process for manufacturing something you can
it's
patent.
Like it's like an oblong shape though. That's not.
That's
But this is like you could. I mean, I don't know if you could patent like these. What the
Maybe
fuck are they called? Pop tops.
pop sockets.
Yeah, but like
real.
Exactly. Like you don't even know.
you
like,
could just do like something else with a different shape on the end if you really wanted to.
imagine
you know?
saying that the
I can just
reason.
imagine they're not patent.
Can you imagine saying in front of like a million people, the federal government and the 4 probably like richest guys, if not right now in the next 10 years, can you imagine getting up there and saying the reason that my like thought based phone holding
Mm-hmm.
like attachment sticker failed is because Amazon started selling knockoffs? Like, dude, that's not the fucking reason the business failed. The business failed because it's a shitty fucking idea.
It's like it's not a bad idea, but it's a get in, get out idea.
Like, it's like
you're
a-
not gonna fucking build a Facebook or an Amazon
Well,
based
what-
on
Yeah,
those.
it's like a fidget spinner.
Yeah.
I would compare it to a fidget spinner. Like it's
I
yeah.
think it's less than a fidget spinner.
even
Maybe not. Maybe more practical, honestly.
lowest
Yeah.
common
You can sit it there.
denominator.
It could be a little fucking angle rester for your phone. But imagine you're at like a party or something like that, and people are like, "Oh, so what do you do?" Like, "Oh, I'm the CEO of Pop Socket."
it's like the CEO.
I'm like,
you
dude, I
invented it.
work in a
I'm the founder.
restaurant,
The
and I
founder.
made millions
The
of
founder, yeah.
dollars. The founder, yeah.
I hated that so much. Anyways,
But yeah,
the antitrust thing. You're right. It was. I thought it kind of. I kind of thought it was funny. Their opening statements, especially Cook and what's the Google guy's name?
Sundar
Sundar Pichai.
Pichai.
Pichai. talking about
I don't
how
fucking know.
talking about
Probably.
how the
Something
other
like that.
company was really the bigger phone manufacturer and bigger information guzzler than the other. So Tim Cook would be like, we don't even have a majority of phones anywhere. We believe in quantity, not quality, not quantity. And Google's like, we don't even charge anybody for our operating system. We put phones in the hands of millions of people for free. We don't do it. That was like the best thing I've ever heard a CEO say. I've made $1 billion in the last 6 months by giving shit away for free. And then I think to myself, no one's going to buy this. No one's going to buy this. But then you get that Steve Brule looking motherfucker asking what's his face about Zuckerberg about something that happened on Twitter. And Zuckerberg just looks back at him like, I don't think you have that right.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty confused about that.
But I'll talk about our policy.
I
on
believe
this.
that was on Twitter.
Oh my god!
Facebook.
Oh my
I don't
god!
under- like these things, these antitrust things. Like this is the second time we've talked about it, and like I won't lie, this is way over my fucking head. But
I think you're probably closer
I'm in
than
the
you think.
conversation, so I'm like, who the fuck dictates the rules? I don't understand this.
For
shit.
what?
For whatever what are they bitching about?
Well, there's antitrust antitrust So we're like
Okay, so-
AT&T got broken up in I don't know
2000s.
Yeah, in early 2000s I think because they were like they had a monopoly on like phones and like home lines and I don't even know all that shit. So they had to break it up into separate little companies.
Okay.
There was
They had too much control on dictating the price and there was no competition, so they could basically say whatever the fuck they wanted the price.
We're setting the price on everything from the device to the service.
So these
Or like
these
10 years
laws are-
ago in Canada, it's like you only had Bell and Rogers. So it was like a duopoly. is what it's called.
Even something as simple as like you remember Netscape?
No.
So Netscape was this other web browser that was popular in the
RuneScape,
90s.
Mhm.
And
They have a
Microsoft
monopoly.
when the internet
On my
came when
life.
the internet really came out and was like usable, they started shipping Windows with Internet Explorer. And Netscape tried to file an antitrust claim against Microsoft or something
They
of that
used
nature
Firefox.
and basically said like you can't ship your OS with Internet Explorer.
Mhm.
It's not fair. It completely cuts us out.
Yeah.
And we all know
So
the
these
we all know the
these
result of
laws-
that fucking story.
Yeah, exactly.
So these laws are based on what's fair and what isn't, which I guess makes sense in
Yeah.
law. But
But
Because
it sounds to me like you're upset that, or not upset, but like you're wondering, and it's a good question. Who decides what exactly is fair in
and
this
it's just like-
situation?
so these guys are getting, I guess, whatever. Like, well, I want to say criminalized, but it's. I doubt they are. It'll just I don't think it goes that far.
All
but,
this
like,
is a hearing, so like
so
they
they're
could
do- they're
say
getting
or not
shit.
say what they
They're being
want.
villainized, though.
Basically.
for doing too well.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what.
yeah,
like,
exactly.
If, like I know it's
At this table, you're preaching to the converted here because
Well,
you're
yeah.
absolutely right.
Well, because it's just I'm just looking at it the way it is. Like I like especially lately, I'm leaning more towards capitalistic views because I kind of like it. I like the competitive nature of it. I don't really like how people just get shit. That's what I don't like about the others, whatever the other one would be.
Communism.
Communism
Yeah.
is fucking.
There's always
that's worked a lot.
Twitter,
Yeah.
Twitter,
Yeah.
Twitter
Yeah.
yesterday and today after that hearing, like thousands of mad commies, tons of mad
Well,
commies.
like, but the people that are communists, they don't identify as being communism though. They don't understand. They don't think they are.
No.
What do they think?
I don't know what
are?
they call it. Socialism.
Socialism,
Or like,
Yeah.
or they say real communism's never been
what's
tried.
That? That's just like
Yeah,
ultimate
yeah.
fairness.
It's
Like
just-
communism at like bare bones is everybody, no matter what you do, you get paid the same,
Good way to describe it.
right?
That might help clear like the differences
The
up.
rich don't get richer, the poor get.
It's
Think-
like
everyone,
think of it-
everyone's
think of it
paid.
this way, there's-
not a class system. I don't think.
There's in capitalism, at least in like a nice form of capitalism or like the ideal form, it's equality of opportunity. You and me and Will have the same opportunity to work hard, get what we want. In communism, it's equality of outcome. Regardless of how hard you work or what you can do, you all get the same at the end.
Yeah, it's bullshit. That's stupid.
I
it's
think
also
so too.
never been like
It's never worked.
it's never worked
Never
because
worked.
no one's ever like running a company as a CEO and is like, yeah, I'm cool with making the same as that guy. Like
We can't
working
even
on that
we
part.
can't even give out fucking
The
CERB
temporary
checks.
part-time
Yeah,
guy.
like we can't even give out CERB checks to people for 3 months without people saying at the end of the term, like, I probably just won't go back. Like I'd
Yeah,
rather just keep
exactly.
making the
That's what's happening
2,000.
now, and
Of course, what a surprise!
well, I got like the offer and it was like, I don't know, you can come back, but you can stay off if you want. We can't guarantee you your job back in like anytime soon, but you can keep doing what you're doing. And I was pretty tempted to be like, it's going pretty well.
Depends how valuable you think you can make your time, right? If
Yeah.
you can
You
make
can
your
make more
time,
money going
if you
back.
can make your time
Yeah.
valuable.
For sure.
How busy are you guys now? I mean, without
Pretty
going
busy
into too
right
much
now.
details about your
I
job.
would
but-
imagine you guys are in
Pretty
full
busy right now.
startup
Yeah.
again and all that.
Yeah, we're like they're just getting all the lines back. Probably at about 3/4 capacity, but I heard it's going to slow down again. So
right.
yeah, I don't know.
I need Bill Gates to give me a vaccine or whatever, so we can
Nanobot
wha-
vaccine.
whatever he's doing, or like I thought he was going to cure me with 5G. How am I getting cured from
Look how
coronavirus?
5G caused it.
I'm pretty sure Jeff Bezos caused coronavirus after
You think?
after today and yesterday. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Seems
that
like
guy.
it.
That guy.
He's got the most interested.
Holy
in it.
I really
fuck,
don't
man.
trust him.
The story that guy
Don't trust him.
yesterday,
Don't care if
I thought that guy yesterday was
I'll buy
really
his
good in
stocks.
front of a mic, especially even on Zoom. Like you could tell those four guys were familiar with like how a video conference is supposed to look and sound. And these ancient senators, who, like we said before the show, are all going to be dead in the next 10 years anyways. I don't know why the fuck they're in charge of anything, or
They all
congressmen,
have
whatever
just
they are.
huge fucking droopy cheeks and shitty chins.
Yeah.
Just a lot of
The
jowls, jowls and turkey necks.
I
Like, you're
know.
such a. Why are you the guy? Like
So
you're not
funny.
the fucking guy that I want. Like if you were smart, you would pay someone to sit in your fucking spot.
You didn't watch this?
No,
you
I
gotta
saw the
watch
picture.
it. You
I
gotta
saw the
watch
fucking
it.
Picture. I'm like, I don't want to
so
hear
good.
this fucking basset.
It's so
hound
good.
talk
But that
right
guy
now.
doesn't want to pay someone to do it because he wants that. He needs to be in that spotlight.
that's
or
the
else
that
he-
guy's a fucking idiot.
That's the
because-
grandstand, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
exactly.
grandstand. His time is up. If like you want young people's interest, unfortunately, you have to pay good-looking younger people to have these conversations.
We're
Then it will
available.
st- It'll spike interest.
We're available.
yeah,
You know what? You know what
for
else I
sure.
thought
Yeah,
yesterday
that'd be
was pretty
great.
funny. When
Well, I thought this
when-
law hearing was a competition or a contest.
when the chairman
is.
when the chairman wanted someone to stop talking, he would be like, "Put on your mask. Put your mask back on.
Yeah,
Put it on."
We're acting like
holy
children sometimes.
fuck,
Like the
man.
guy would like talk over his time, and then they'd be like, "All right, your time's up," and he's like, "I'm not done. They need to answer to this,"
Oh
and then
my
they're just
God.
like, "Yo, man, we're like fucking chill, like relax." And
It's
he
all just
wouldn't
sound
shut
bites.
the fuck up. It was nuts, man.
So you watched enough of it yesterday to know kind of the outcome.
Well, I know Jeff Bezos one time forgot to turn his mic on and
Yeah.
was just talking.
Whatever. Who cares? I watched. So I watched like
We
probably.
should reprimand him for that.
Honestly, he's
Let's-
not fit to run a
He
company.
isn't. No,
Let's take $1 billion from him.
$1 billion.
He's got enough to spare.
Let's take at least
Between
half
us.
his money.
His wife
His
wife
wife
just took
just
half
did.
his wife. Yeah, Mackenzie Bezos. Now
She's
that
like $60 billion.
She
she's
just
second
donated
rate
1.8 or something.
in the last 6 months. Yeah,
Appreciate
Good for
that.
her.
I
yeah.
appreciate that. Why
She-
not?
She's the second richest woman
No,
alive.
it's not okay to do that.
Oh, it's okay.
It is
but
for sure.
like,
It's great.
I don't know. 60
doesn't
billion
have to.
landed on my doorstep. I'd be fucking giving it away too.
You don't
60
have to, though.
billion?
She donated almost $2 billion to charity, and you're now you're on that side of the coin now.
We were on the other side of the coin back in the day. Yeah.
I'm not saying only. I'm
For
just
whatever.
saying, I don't know. I think a lot of people would do that if you just fucking were given that.
$2 billion
I
is a
would
lot
do
of
that,
fucking
but-
money, man.
So it was 58.
Well, yeah.
I watched this morning a little bit, like some of the highlights from yesterday and like some of the reporting. In every single like left leaning outlet, I saw the same thing. Big tech CEOs put under pressure. Big tech CEOs sweat while while peppered with questions about anti-competitive practice. All I could think is these people weren't watching the same thing that I watched.
They weren't watching it at all. Probably.
You just watched four guys who are smarter than everyone in the room combined individually
Mhm.
dance circles around you. Even Zuckerberg, who's got like some kind of
Less social skills than Elon Musk.
some kind of like terrible social shortcoming. Like he
That
just
guy,
can't.
he is
Every time he gets on a mic, like he just can't help himself. Like you were saying before we started, the guy looks sick.
Right, looks
He
anemic.
looks sick.
Well,
Con-
The guy needs iron.
He
Congressman.
does. I will give him. He does have a very good vocabulary. He's just not very good. His delivery is terrible.
I have a theory about public hearings and things like that, about how I can tell whether someone's telling the truth or not. And the more times they
he
say,
lies a lot.
the more times they say,
They all do it.
Oh yeah.
the more times they say, Congressman, thank you for your
Yeah,
question.
yeah, yeah.
The more lying they're
a
doing.
congresswoman
The more
I saw.
the more dishonest they're being.
Yeah.
Anytime
Did
they
you-
thank over and over again, then and the guy's like, we know they're good questions. Stop fucking telling us
Yeah,
they're
they
good
were like,
questions.
okay, going
Stop
forward,
stalling.
no one needs to thank us for our questions and thank you for the opportunity of answering them because we know they're good questions. Let's stop wasting everyone's time
So,
and skip
jokes.
over that.
Like, is this?
Why don't we all just leave the room then if we're not wasting time anymore?
Honestly,
Is
yeah.
it like a
Fucking joke.
roundabout way, like an extreme ass audit, kind of like what they're going through?
It's not extreme.
No.
It's just them asking them questions, and they're like, "Oh, like answer this question, yes or no. Did you steal
So funny.
competitors' information?" And then Bezos was like, honestly can't answer yes or no. Like, I mean, we respect everyone. We're bipartisan. We do all this.
Can you imagine?
Yes or no? And he goes, I'm not saying.
Can
yes
you
or
imagine
no.
running a $1 trillion company, $1 trillion company, and they ask you about like, oh, we got a woman on the line here who says that you halted her small business bookstore. Bezos is probably thinking like, how am I supposed to fucking know about one like mid-tier bookseller who who had a hard time like 2 years ago? How the fuck am I supposed to know?
They're like, are you aware of this woman? No. She goes, well, she reached out to you 30 times her comment.
She didn't tweet him?
Oh, cool. What the fuck? You know how many tweets I get a day? A million.
I'm gonna tweet Jeff Bezos, and he doesn't get to me. I want what's mine.
You gotta
Took it from me.
You gotta get on the next hearing, Mike.
Can't believe that he fucking
Antitrust.
was better than me.
I think Jeff Bezos should sit at that chair right there.
Communism. Fuck that.
Let's get him at the table.
Imagine me and Jeff Bezos making the same per year.
I just think it's so jokes. These guys are just so they're so crooked and transparent. These politicians.
It's a fucking fat company pulls in $30,000.
Like, it's just ridiculous.
I work at a convenience store. $30,000.
You know what is Jeff Bezos' annual salary? Do anyone know?
It's probably no. His annual salary is probably not that much. He probably gets
does the tax.
He dances around and gets stocks.
Warren Buffett gets paid $100K. That's his salary.
It's probably not 99.999. He's in that lower bracket.
I think he said it's $100K. Who the fuck knows? But he doesn't need it or whatever.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. I mean, Berkshire.
I'm sure he's okay being in like the upper middle class category.
I think so. Berkshire stock is like 300,000 right now. So
per share?
Yeah.
Class A.
What?
Class A. That's for the accredited crowd.
That's because they haven't split.
Yeah. I gotta buy it.
So that we transition into Apple splitting.
Let's talk about Apple stock splitting. Do you want to talk about Amazon's earnings first? My phone is doing the video, so I can't pull up that earnings per share compared to the estimate.
It was like 89.
The estimate.
Well, that was
over 81. There was the estimate of that.
No, the estimate was like
revenue, billions of revenue.
That's still a 10% fucking beat, which is huge. But the earnings per share was projected at like $3, and ended up being
at like $1.80.
Oh, $1.80, and ended up being like $9 or something.
Being over $10.
That's fucking insane.
It's 10 times the expected. Yeah, which is fucked. That means that someone just fucked up, like doing their expectations.
And Bezos fucking made. He claims anyway to have provided 175,000 jobs to the American economy since the end of Q1.
That's fucked.
That's. Like, how many jobs have they gotten back since March? How many of those are Bezos? Like,
exactly.
Like 15%?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Like, that's fucking nuts, man.
The only one hiring.
Or 10%, like whatever it ends up being.
Dude, like we were talking about it today, like at work. We were just having a conversation about all this shit and like the amount of people that lost their job because of this shit, and then the amount of people that won't get jobs after. Like, it's gonna be fucked.
Not the same job anyway.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, it's
some cases.
Like the employment, like imagine you're I don't know, a company owner, CEO, whatever, and you realize the benefits of like, oh, we don't need all this waste, all this extra shit, all this money we're making / saving.
You mean like over the last few months?
We're just gonna cut all these fucking jobs, yeah, because they it was a huge opportunity for big business and even small business owners and all that shit, because they'd be like, we don't fucking, this is a waste of money. Like what we were all talking about, everyone's going to be working from home, so they're going to cut down office space. So there goes a bunch of other jobs, people that maintain the space, all this, that kind of shit.
Streamline kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, it's going to happen now, which is fucked. Well, I mean, communism, let's go.
I don't know. I agree with that. Like, I was talking to a bunch of guys today, too. Like, they were like, we're talking about getting shit done. Because I'm on a bunch of different, like, committees and teams and shit now with my new job. So, like, meeting with them, and they were like, oh, like, why isn't this done? They're like, oh, like, this girl used to do that, but she was the clerical person for this guy, and this guy's like, my fucking job, whatever. Fired.
What time is it on the fucking podcast?
28.
Fired like
28.
All the clerical people, like anyone that wasn't producing for like the end product, got canned.
Yeah.
It seems like if you were like doing like filing paperwork or doing anything, you were lost your job, and the people who you were doing that for have to do it themselves now.
Yeah.
So if you aren't contributing to the end product itself, then you were fired.
Fuck, that's
so do people in your shoes now have to take on more administrative work?
I don't personally. I always kind of did my own paperwork,
okay.
But like it's more so for like managers and like those guys, like their assistants or like secretaries.
Are they going to
compensate
them for that or no? I would imagine no.
Oh, the company. Oh fuck no! They're not giving people raises. I don't think.
That's fucking ridiculous.
There's at least a
time
few
is that?
people who listen to this podcast who like when you use the big R word there. So don't worry too much about it. Don't worry too much about it. It's funny that we've talked a bit about like how bad the economy was, and I think the U.S. just released their jobless claims. It's the worst week since March.
No, it was the worst. It was GDP they released today.
I thought it was jobless claims too.
They released GDP,
but GDP beat expectations.
but it was still the worst month ever recorded in American history.
What was it, negative 3% or something like that?
I don't know.
Or
But
something
it was
in
like they were
that
like
neighborhood?
the second worst week was like December 1921.
Yeah.
The Great
Depression.
Yeah.
Not great. If that's what you're up against, not great. And so like even with all that being said, it sounds like again, we've talked about this on the show before. People who are like, "Oh, tech is a bubble. Some of these big companies are a bubble." Like, they're not a bubble. They're
Going anywhere.
they're anti-fragile is what they are.
Yeah.
They don't need you to be at your job. They don't need you to be at your desk. If there's a pandemic, a legit pandemic, and Amazon just 10x'd the expectations for earnings per share.
Just went off.
But like it's
a
just
bunch of free money. And
you know what I mean?
Buy shit.
Like it's crazy. It's crazy that
And if you're not,
so pissed I didn't buy it.
yeah, and like it like everyone that was kind of like flirting with the idea of online shopping and shit now is like gonna be committed and they're fully committed. Now they're they had the chance to like try it out, and now like obviously you're gonna enjoy shopping on Amazon.
we talked a bit about this before about like
How many free Prime memberships do you think was given out?
Oh, I don't know.
the free month. Yeah, probably a ton.
fucking tons.
It's funny
First
because
take's free, baby.
Yeah,
man, think
exactly.
about like just COVID as a disease. Like regardless of how you feel about how serious it is for people our age, there's no doubt like once you hit 60, the risk increases significantly, right? Yeah, sure. I think there's only White Claw in there though for me now, Mike. Yeah, why not? Yeah, so that was we talked a bit before about how that's the crowd who would never switch to like Amazon Prime unless they had a kid or something, right?
Who?
Would never switch.
60 plus?
The older crowd, yeah.
Yeah.
And now they
They didn't have a choice for like 3 months.
force them into it.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so like how many of them are going to go back? Fucking.
But it is fucked that like the economy is like in the shitter, but there's these companies that are like eclipsing the shadows of themselves.
All-time
They're
highs,
like
yeah.
all-time highs, $1 trillion companies and shit. It's fucked how separate the two are.
Yeah.
You know,
stock market is not the economy, right?
not at all. That's
Yeah.
what it seems. I know it's fucking crazy. It's just it's basically transferring wealth from other companies into a very, very select few companies.
There's
That's what it seems.
a buddy of mine has been telling me for weeks that companies like Apple, Google, Facebook, the big four, the fan mags, were all frothy, too much wealth in there. It's going to have to sell off pretty soon. So, in his defense, I did sell Spotify today at like a significant gain because I don't know how much more that's going to run the next little while, but I would never sell fucking Amazon. I would never sell fucking Facebook, Google.
No.
Facebook,
You couldn't
I guess Facebook. Yeah, Facebook isn't like Facebook as like whatever it was initially is gone.
It's an
Yeah.
ad platform
But
now.
it's
Yeah.
like
I'd sell-
it's
I
branched
think-
off and
Yeah, so out of
Good company.
Google, Amazon, Facebook,
And Apple.
I would be
Facebook's the first one out.
for sure.
Yeah,
Easily
no doubt.
Facebook.
No doubt.
And then what?
I would
Google's
say.
next.
You
I would-
think?
Apple and
I think
Amazon.
Google-
Actually, Apple,
Apple and
okay.
Amazon
I'm
are the
looking
ones.
at and I'm just looking at it from my best brokers thing.
Mhm.
Google is the only one that kind of isn't doing anything.
Well, Google's a more mature company, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
They beat earnings today too.
Yeah, they
All
did.
four reported today, and
I'm
all
having
four
a
beat.
shit
Yeah.
week. I was up like a couple weeks ago. I was up almost to 30K,
Yeah,
and now I'm back down to 26.
I'll be close
So-
to 30 soon. My GDXJ, my gold
I'm not
miners have been
doing
having a
anything
hard
I
time.
do,
No,
Mhm.
you haven't exited any positions.
I haven't exited any.
Have you entered any positions?
No.
No,
I haven't. I mean, neither. I bought the first day and I haven't touched it.
I've moved a bit, but I haven't moved much.
Yeah, I
You've
don't know.
definitely made probably 10 times more trades than both of us.
You think? I moved in and out of a few things.
I made 4 trades.
My trading account, my actual trading account, has been active the last little while. Like I got out of Nike, out of Spotify. I'm thinking about getting out of Square pretty soon.
What should my first buy be? Then?
QQQ,
What is that?
Amazon heavy.
Oh,
It's index
ETF?
fund.
Amazon heavy ETF, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Amazon,
How much is it
Apple,
per-
I
Visa,
don't know. I don't have
PayPal. It's $240 US, so about $300,
That's
$320.
what I was kind of looking at stocks that cost that.
Yeah.
Like around $200-300. It's like I have like $2,200, and I
But-
kind of want to sink at least half of it in.
Do you want to buy like index funds and shit like that? Like
I want to
ETFs?
buy
Or do you wanna-
a straight stock. At least I want to buy probably at least one Apple stock. I'm looking at Apple because I can afford it right now.
buy
Apple's
Apple
cheap.
stock right now.
Apple's
and
cheap,
in
yeah.
a few months or in a month.
Yeah.
you'll
On
have
August
4.
24th, they'll give you 4 for every one you have.
Yeah,
or 3
right.
more for every one you have.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe I should buy two. But they're good. But that's going to affect the price of it.
That's why they do that. Yeah.
I'm gonna guess. Yeah, it'll go down, but it's
Will it rebound?
it's always man.
Well, it like basically takes whatever it is. If it's at 100, they do a 4-for-1 stock split. They just divide 100 by 4. That's
Right.
25. So you have 4 stocks for $25.
Yeah.
But then over time it comes back.
I mean, it's
And
hard to
that's
tell,
what you
like,
want, right?
historically,
That's
because Apple's always been like this.
Right.
So it's hard to tell if because it's been splitting or if
Why,
it's like
why
for
are they doing the
everything.
split?
Because it makes it more accessible to more investors.
I think that they want it to be like their iPhone. They want everyone to be able to buy it. So
Yeah.
if it's like getting up to like $500-$600, less people can buy it that own their actual products. Right?
Okay, so let's talk a bit about
I want to buy Apple.
let's
That's why I
talk
want
let's talk
fucking-
let's talk stock split.
Wait. So how much time do I have? The end of August.
August 24th.
Okay, cool. So I
Yeah.
got some time.
And then the 31st you get the new stocks. So a week after that you get the new stocks. Let's talk stock split. So Apple reported their earnings today too. They are a little under 400.
Drink a fucking White Claw.
I didn't go to the beer store. Kenzie's going to the cottage tomorrow, so I'm able to drink
open.
all the beers in the fridge are mine now.
There was 20 cigarette butts in that White Claw.
I love that.
That's so good.
So Apple's probably a little over 400. It'll be over 400 tomorrow per share. They reported their earnings today. Big beat. iPhone record sales in Q2. So everything's good on the Apple front. Tim Cook's happy. He's fucking, he's going to visit Steve Jobs' grave tonight. They're going to crack a beer together and fucking enjoy their time.
They're cracking a White Claw.
Cracking a White Claw for
White
sure.
Claw.
So
His
this,
fucking face is gonna be covered in drool.
so we talked about this. We talked about the stock split.
Post puke.
Every stock,
Ours is on Steve Jobs'
every-
grave.
Great ash on it.
every stock you have, you get 3 more. You ask a
This
question
is for
there.
all the people that killed themselves because of you.
You,
Steve.
you ask a question there. Will the stock bounce back after a split? I think the answer is yeah. And I think Apple knows that.
I think so too. But
Yeah.
understand my
Your
hesitation.
concern.
Yeah, because I'm like, well, why? Like, it just seems like a weird move. Like, it seems like a last ditch. It's not, but if you're looking at face value, let's split the stock into 4. We need more investors, i.e., we need money,
Yeah.
but they don't fucking need money.
Well, can I
If
say
you
this?
know a little bit, yeah, go ahead.
They've always done stock splits. So they've done stock splits like 2012, like early 2000s, in the 90s, in the 80s. They've always kept their stock accessible to investors.
I
That's
think
kind of how they always have operated.
Stock
right?
splitting is like the people's, not the people's way to kind of grow value and grow interest, but it's more investor friendly than
That makes sense. I get it. It's just I get the concept.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense. It's you lower the price, you get more investors, they get more interest, more funding, whatever.
Well, think about it. Right, you guys have talked about if Amazon was cheaper, you guys would have already bought some.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
Apple's, you're like, I can't afford Amazon.
Instead
I'll
I'm
just buy
stuck.
Apple
Instead I'm
instead.
stuck in the QQQ
Yeah,
with 11%
I'll take
Amazon or
Apple.
whatever it
I'll
is.
take
Yeah.
Apple all day.
Yeah.
Apple's still very I don't know, a fucking fuck me.
Fan mag, buddy.
Well,
You
it's
got-
just it's a very it's a safe,
Stable.
good, stable,
It's a-
whatever.
it's
blue chip
established.
stock, right?
Blue
Like, you
chip,
want it.
blue
You're
chip,
fuck, even if you could just be Amazon, I think right now looks to be the kingpin. It seems to be in my junior fucking unexperienced eyes.
well, they're still growing faster than Apple is.
Yeah.
I want it so bad now, but it's becoming to a point where it's jetting off. I'm
Exactly.
fuck, I can't afford it.
So
Like,
there's
go into your line
they're
of
the
credit.
investors that they
Maybe.
don't get now.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like if Amazon had
Wouldn't
stock,
be stupid, I
if
don't
they
think.
split,
I don't think so.
you guys
either.
would have bought it, right? So
For sure.
they're missing out on
For sure.
you guys and a bunch of other people. probably,
every
too,
day,
right?
every day for the last week and a half, I have looked at my stocks and thought, how many of these would I have to liquidate to get one Amazon stock right
Yeah.
now today? If I just did it right now,
Yeah,
it's
Exactly, it's a lot.
It's a significant amount. Yeah.
exactly. And it's not getting any easier. I wonder if Amazon's going to split ever. Do you think that they will?
Only if they're forced, because I think antitrust is still a concern for them, probably. But
that won't be them splitting. That'll be
it's
them
not,
spinning
it's,
off.
It's not.
shit.
You're exactly right. It would make it more affordable, but you're right. It's not a split. And I don't know if a split is in the cards for Amazon. I think Bezos likes having, again, because Bezos is in a position where he's got to.
Rolls-Royce of stocks again.
Yeah.
Well, think about this. This is anecdotal on my part, but I would imagine a guy like Bezos who just had his first congressional appearance yesterday. It's the first time he's ever spoken at one of those hearings.
Mhm.
Is he going to have more of those in his future or less?
More.
I think more. And so when you have stockholders,
Why do you think
shareholders,
more? Why do you think more?
because it's only going to get
'Cause
worse.
Antitrust
As-
is not going to go away.
Yeah, and as-
Amazon's going to get bigger and
as
bigger.
income inequality gets worse and worse, people are going to be more and more upset, and politicians are going to be more and more mad commie style questioning, and they're going to want to put this guy on the hot seat as often as they can because that's what's going to get votes. That being said, I think that a guy like Bezos understands better than a lot of people how to make Congress friendly for him, and that is to have people with big money invested in the success of his company.
Mhm.
As much as I like having Apple stock, in my portfolio, I can't help Tim Cook if Congress gets frisky with him, right? It's a $400 stock. It's about to be a $100 stock or whatever it is, right? But if you own Amazon, especially if you own 1,000 shares of Amazon or 10,000 shares of Amazon or 100,000, like those people have real money and real influence.
Right.
Yeah.
And so when you have that much money and influence riding on, the success of one company, really one man, everyone knows Bezos.
But
You get a little bit of sway in your direction. Hopefully, that's my
I kind of
You got,
disagree a little bit.
judges and shit
Just
doing
because,
that.
so you're saying that since smaller investors might not be able to afford it, that there's no other place for that stock to go than to institutional investors who have sway?
I think it's just more of like a tipping point question. Like if it happened, like you have more people with more value on your side of things. So if push came to shove, it would just be like,
Because
you know what I'm saying? Like you have like a little bit.
There's
extra
more-
just
there's
because
more
of
people-
influence and whatever.
yeah. There's more people who wanted to succeed in positions of
especially
power.
if you're like a majority holder, you're not poor.
But like people, it's not hard to own. Yeah, but if you have like 100 mil, or if you have 10 mil, or $1 million, it doesn't matter like what the stock price is. You could still have $1 million of Apple or $1 million of Amazon. It doesn't matter that the price is $100 versus 2,500.
Okay, but
I think it does.
we talked a bit about.
Why?
Well, like, would you just? I think it would matter. Like like not on a number scale, but just like more so of like owning it yourself. Like you want your stock to be worth more. Like it's like that's why I said it's like the Rolls Royce of it. Like Apple could be like, I don't know, Mercedes Benz, but you want a Rolls Royce if you're shopping for like nicer cars.
But
he wants to sell.
But I don't think that they're
stocks.
looking at the price of the stock and being like, oh, this is $3,000. That means it's a better stock, so I'm
You
going to
don't
buy
think?
that instead. No, they
Maybe
look at
not
the
investors,
business.
not
If you're like
investors,
$100
yeah.
million investing, you're not going to be like, that one's worth a little more.
I'm definitely,
what about-
definitely clumping like smart money investors in the same category as people who buy a Gucci t-shirt.
not the same, not the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
But what about like I think we talked a couple weeks ago about like institutions, endowments who buy index funds because their board only allows for certain investments, right? Like a certain risk threshold. Like like QQQ is I think 11 or 12% Amazon.
But I don't
If
think
you-
that QQQ's not allowed to buy Apple, and I'm pretty sure that no one's like,
QQQ's
can't buy Apple.
QQQ's allowed to buy whatever they want.
A
but-
lot of things
But
are.
if the endowment,
Mhm.
or 3 or 4 endowments or 3 or 4 pension funds that want QQQ to stay in Amazon say, hey, you pull out Amazon, we're pulling out of QQQ. We'll go to ZQQ or something like that.
Well,
Especially if you're in Canada, right? You go to another Amazon heavy ETF.
Mhm.
Why is that a bad thing for Amazon to have those guys in the corner of we want the company to maintain value and we'll do it at any cost, even if it means we support, not that any of us think this, but even if it means quote unquote, we support anti-competition practices.
I think we're getting off topic here. I'm not talking about that. I agree with that. I'm just saying those investors don't give a fuck if the stock is $2,500 or if it's $100.
Yeah.
Like they don't give a fuck. I don't think.
They're just looking at what the stock it is, what like the potential is.
Yeah, you're right. We did get off the beaten path there. You're right. I don't know if they do or not. I think it doesn't hurt.
It seems weird that Amazon of like the growth of the growth company from the beginning, they let their stock get like out of like touch from like the average investor. It seems like as a growth company, you like Tesla and shit. You want not so much uninformed, but you want retail investors to speculate your stock up a lot.
How
so
many
that you
people
can
who shop
buy
on Amazon can buy an Amazon stock?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. People that can afford an iPhone can afford an Apple stock.
Oh, yeah.
True that. That's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
point. Yeah, true. That's a fucking good point. And I think that's the thing too. Like Tesla, that's why I'm not. I like Tesla, but like I'm not buying it because it's fucking trippy. Like I don't know what the fuck Elon Musk is gonna do.
That's another thing.
I
He's a
don't know.
fucking wild card,
Yeah,
man.
It's a
and I'm
problem.
Like,
It's a problem.
It's like that's such a fucking like put a blindfold on and hit a slow pitch ball. Like it could be easily out of the park or
Yeah.
you strike and you're gone, man. Like you
Fuck
could lose at least it's $1,100 or something like right now.
I don't
Maybe
know.
more.
I don't even look at it.
Maybe
I'm
more.
not interested.
It's probably
in it at all.
closer to like
I'm
13 or
interested-
14.
I'm interested in his index, like how fucking fucked up it is. Like
His
I'm sure
chart,
it trends up.
Oh, it's fucked.
It trends up, but it fucking peaks and valleys.
Fuck
man.
yeah.
Like,
That's
Speak-
just, the Tesla chart is fucked.
Speaking of trending up, do you guys want to talk about? I know you don't want to talk about this, but I'm going to ask anyways. Do you know what I'm going to ask you?
fuck, I know what he's gonna ask you.
You know
You
what's
do?
You know what's way up over the last little while?
Is it
Fucking-
Bitcoin?
It's Bitcoin.
Oh my god,
It's Bitcoin.
What do you want to do? Transition into that joke?
I want to ask you guys what you think. I need to know.
To me, my opinion on Bitcoin right
What is
now,
it- what is the
honestly, my
number?
opinion based off no information, like most of my shit, is right now it seems to be one of the ones like that.
Safe
It's
haven?
it's holding value because there's nothing behind it. Like, there is something behind it, but it seems to be more stable.
It's like an
as of,
alternate
like, just right
U.S.
now,
currency. Yeah.
Yeah, because the U.S. dollar's fucked right now. It seems like in turmoil, and I'm like, fuck, maybe I should just buy like $100 worth or something.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
to
like
have
I
it.
have $100 worth.
That's what you got.
Well, I had like $150 in it. I haven't even looked at it in probably
Look at it.
months. I can't even look at it. Don't
Why?
even have ShakePay downloaded.
Why? Did you get a new phone?
No, I cleaned my phone so it like the app is still there, but you need to like download
Oh
it again.
yeah.
So I haven't even looked. I'm like, fuck it, I don't care. I'm not gonna sell it. I'm not gonna liquidate my $150.
Even if you
Bitcoin.
run into hard times and need to get gas.
No,
Things aren't that bad yet, but
you know, it's
what?
just like a hassle to get out.
I do like I do like fucking Buddy Jordan who was on the show. He fucking spends $100, and I like that app because it's so like.
How long did he hold it for?
Yeah.
Like a weekend,
Yeah,
and he lost like $5.
For shame.
Sold it. I'm like,
For
why
shame.
would you even sell it? First of all, it's
Exactly.
$100. Fuck it. You're not gonna lose $100.
exactly.
And if anything, like if you lose money, you might as well hold it
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it's just gonna go back. Like it's one of those fucking things. It's not gonna go to zero. It's $100.
mm-hmm.
Like why bother just losing $10?
Yeah, why bother liquidating it? Because you want that extra like $97
And you don't
in your
need
bank
it.
account.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
interesting things being said here. I think you guys are closer to being Bitcoin bulls than you realize.
I got
one guy.
You're
Well,
a fucking fan.
Well, hold on. I hear one guy over here talking about how he doesn't even look at the price because he's never going to sell it. He doesn't care. The money's there. So that to me says you like it because it's risk on.
If I had 10 grand in it, I would look at it more.
That's what I got now. I'm about to cross the 10. I'm about to cross the 10,000.
You're almost at
CAD
one.
you want to
threshold.
buy one Bitcoin, eh?
I only have less than one. I won't say how much I have. That's like the first rule of Bitcoin. You don't say how much you have.
That's
But
you basically did.
The value
Yeah.
of what I have
Yeah.
is
Like you literally
is like
you have like 80%
is like near
of a
is like
Bitcoin.
near crossing 10,000 Canadian.
Oh,
So
okay,
Bitcoin
yeah.
is like 11.2 or something US. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I it would need to be like 15 or something Canadian.
But the thing is, like, yeah, you like to have a large amount of money in it, you have to be so risk averse. because-
encourage like risk friendly, not risk averse.
Oh, risk, yeah.
risk
you want
on, risk on.
yeah, because it just doubled in the last 2 months, and it's also halved in months.
It's
you know,
very volatile.
so be ready for that 10 grand to be 5 grand in a month or two.
Do you want to know what happened? This is one thing I like about Bitcoin because you guys, especially because we do this show, I think you guys pay more attention to financial stuff than most people.
Once a week.
No, both of you. I think both of you do. That's more than a lot of people, Mike. You think it's not, but it is.
I pay attention to it more than once a week.
The U.S.
Against my fucking will.
the U.S. government just started allowing U.S. banks to custody cryptocurrency for their clients. So
What the
now
fuck does that mean?
it means like you can hold Bitcoin in a savings account at a bank, and they'll take care of all the back end for you.
Oh, really?
Really. So like shit like this
It's
has been
coming.
kind of
It's definitely
shit like this has been kind of happening little by little by little,
Yeah.
and I still do. Every week I do the same thing. I put $25 in on
Right.
Wednesday morning. That's it, and shake my phone every day.
Mhm.
That's it.
Like it's not going away. That's for sure.
that's
Definitely
what I was
not
gonna
going
say. The fact that it holds value in general,
Mhm.
like, and it's held value, and it's been. I don't want to say significant, but it is like mildly significant. Like it's definitely there. It's relevant. It's gonna fucking be. It's definitely something. Like major like things like Xbox or Microsoft is allowing you to use Bitcoin to shop and
Yeah.
whatever. Like shit like it's starting to kind of come into play, and it's like, yeah, this thing is gonna be worth. It's like, so that would you say that's like, I don't know, investing in gold essentially, kind of in a different sense.
Yeah, because
It
there's
might
like a
be.
finite amount of people, and like
Yeah, it might be.
I was gonna make the argument, which I have many times where like I still don't see Bitcoin being used as a currency as what it's being touted as. Like, oh, it's the next thing. Like I saw a cool like little graph where it was like, I think it was like a bank, Western Union, PayPal, Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And then it was, did you see that?
I've seen it before.
And it's like, I forget what the fucking other one was. But it was basically like how easy it is to get your money out. And it was like Bitcoin is the fastest and like the most secure.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay. I mean,
and there's no
it.
one who can stop you from doing it.
And it's like 1-to-1, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I mean, I get it, but I still don't see people using it though.
I just don't understand it.
Do you know what?
I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know where does it come from. They're mining shit out of a computer.
I don't fucking get that.
You know
shit
what I'm
either,
saying? I'm
man.
like, what is it? Like, how the
Yeah.
oh, it's just about the bandwidth and whatever. I'm like, whatever, bro.
It's-
like,
you don't get it either.
Don't get
you know?
yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Like,
It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain.
This is what really pisses me off about Bitcoin.
Okay.
Because
People-
that's what everyone says.
people that fucking
it's like keto.
people that people like it's keto, it's veganism, it's this, it's that. Dude, you don't do crypto. It's like you get it probably less than me, and I choose not to fucking read up on it. You're like identifying with cryptocurrency. You're like the crypto guy, so go fuck yourself. I'm not always vegan, but like I do eat vegan. It's like go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Like fuck, like shut up. I get it. Like I'm interested in it as like an entity in itself. I do not want to talk to a Bitcoin guy. They're all annoying. Yeah.
Can I explain what I think it is?
Yeah.
It's like John Travolta, that GIF.
yeah.
So what I think Bitcoin is, it's like I don't fucking know what the fuck the mining.
I
goes.
got to get you guys on board. I got to work
Fuck
on
the
this
mining
harder.
shit, whatever. I don't know what the fuck where the fuck it comes from. I get it as like it's a finite digital asset that you can use to pay for shit. Like there's nothing backing it. I get it, but like the U.S., it's basically the same thing as like the U.S. currency. They're like we got nothing backing it either. Like we don't have any gold to back this shit up either. So it's like you trust in this money, and other people believe it's worth something, so it's worth something.
Yeah.
So Bitcoin, it's like if other people think it's worth something, then it's still worth something.
Yeah,
it's whatever you can get for it, you know?
What happens if the grid just goes down? No more power anymore for some reason.
I mean, that's
What happens?
if that happens, the Bitcoin thing is going to be the last thing on your mind. Like
Well,
many
obviously, I'm just saying, like,
other things would.
major hypothetical situation.
Yeah, I mean,
for
I'm
some
not really.
reason the dams just stop.
This is why
Yeah.
people say this all the time. Like, what do you do if the internet goes out? Like, man, if we get to the point where there's no internet, the problems you have are going to be so much more major than whether or not you can like check on your Bitcoin wallet. No one's
What about
gonna
when
fucking
there's
care about that.
my financials?
What about when there's nothing but internet?
Nothing but
So you're
it.
only living in the internet. So your
Oh.
real money doesn't mean anything.
Only
You're gonna
Bitcoin.
wish you had
Oh. Need
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
It's like the last can of tuna.
Exactly.
For the $1 billion.
Yeah.
It's one of the things I saw the other day that kind of like reminded me about the growth of Bitcoin. Two things. One is
Anchovies, not tuna.
you can pick any 4 years of Bitcoin growth. So any 4-year period, 2016 to 2020, 2015
I like
to
4
2019.
It's
You pick
also only been around for fucking 16 years.
10 years.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
10 years or
So you can
12
pick
years.
any 4 years
You pick
in its
any
history.
any 4 years.
Okay.
It has outperformed every single other asset, including real estate,
I want to
over
say
any 4-year stretch.
So it came out.
And
10
you
years
pick
ago?
4. You pick 4 years. It'll outperform anything else. Anything else you can put money in, accredited or not, Bitcoin's outperformed.
You say 2014 and 2018. That's what I feel is a very good time.
You could do that, yeah.
If it's 10 years, I have a feeling that
4
that's when it
years.
was-
4 years.
Yeah, 2014 and 2018. I feel as if that's
Yeah.
when it was like
The crash.
1,000 to like $9,000. I feel as if
You
that's what it was.
You could pick any of those 4
Yeah.
years, whether it was 08 to 12, 12 to 16, or 9 to
Like,
13.
was it up to 25,000 at a point?
About 19.8 is the highest it's been. It was only up there for a couple of days. Regardless, that's one thing.
20.
The other thing I saw the other
But
day,
it's also because like it started at like a cent.
there's a lot of things.
So like
there's a
the
lot of
first
things
one
that
was
contribute.
up, like
Imagine you had 1,000 and it was worth 20K.
I know.
yeah.
And you held on.
Why would you do that? Dude, that's like I don't care at that point.
This is
Fucking
what-
sell it.
This
Yeah,
is what a lot of
but
people.
yeah, you would have said that at 10K also.
I know.
You're
A lot
right.
of people
You're
say this, right? Like if you bought Bitcoin at $1 and you bought 1,000 of them, and then it went to $1,000, you'd be like, "Sick, I'm out."
I'm a millionaire.
Exactly. And then like, see ya. But you know, if you'd waited another 4
Yeah, but
years,
then you
Could've
could
been
just take that
$20
million and
million.
buy stable shit.
Yeah.
you would have been Chamath rich.
That's what I would have done too, for
I
sure.
would have sold because I don't really like. Honestly,
Other thing,
I don't need to make hundreds of millions of dollars.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I would just be like, oh fuck, cool. I have $3 million now. I can just actually invest safely, properly, make guaranteed profit.
Is
Yeah.
$65 million too much?
No,
I
I
had
don't
this
think
conversation with my mom and my uncle the other day.
Too much for what?
$65 million is enough to crush. Like you'd be fucking set.
65 million is not
Well,
too
it was
much.
Not generational.
It was like there was a lotto. The lotto was up to 65 mil, and my uncle and mom were like, "Oh, that's way too much money for one person. They don't need any of that." And I was like, "You could spend it.
You could spend that in a day.
But I mean, like, not that you could spend it, but I mean, like, you could
Just buy a jet. What are you gonna do? You have 12
no,
million
but just
left.
but like you could
But I mean,
spend it, like live off it.
Oh yeah, easy. You generate that. You could probably
Yeah.
almost enough to say generational. I think.
definitely. Oh,
65.
fuck yeah.
Almost enough.
I don't know.
That's a fucking
A,
way.
yeah.
a million is enough to be generational.
Yeah, fine.
You get to a million,
Yeah,
you get to a
way-
million, you're
I'm
good.
doing this new thing. I'm setting my bar really high.
True.
Setting my
I
bar
mean,
really
you
high.
could go out of your way to make it not generational,
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't
You
know.
know?
I don't know if like.
How much you like coke and hookers?
but it'd be hard to spend that without something to show for it at the end of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I think like you could buy like a fucking $10 million house, $10 million place in Collingwood,
A
$10 million place
company.
in like Muskoka, and that's 30 mil. Half of it is gone.
And then we could still pay those 3 coders to work on that app.
Those at 150K.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
And then now we're back to 65 again.
Fuck. Yeah, exactly.
65 is not too much, but it's
You
like,
could pay
but
50
but it's
coders.
not the amount; it's how you obtain it. That is
Yeah.
a way different thing. Like winning the lottery is fucked.
Do we pay taxes on lottery winnings in
Not
Canada?
in Canada.
We don't,
I think
eh?
in Canada you get full clip.
I think, yeah.
In the
yeah.
States, they play that
Wow.
fucking Powerball shit.
It's like 400 million?
No, it's like 7. Yeah, maybe 400 million.
Yeah.
And they get taxed like half of it.
More than half.
It's
I think.
fucking jokes. But like, man, that is insane. You win
That amount of money.
$500
Yeah, that amount of money.
What?
Yeah.
And it's like fucking this rolling a hamster wheel with
Uh-huh.
ping pong balls in it.
Do you buy lottery tickets?
No.
Do you?
No.
Your parents do though.
Yeah.
Do
No.
your parents? My dad does. I have never.
I think it's a dying thing because
I don't understand the lottery ticket thing
it's a
personally.
waste.
Like I
it's
just
a waste, but it's a waste until it isn't.
your
Like,
parents won.
They did, yeah.
Your parents won.
They won my mom won 70 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fucked.
It's fucking like I remember the day
And you got an Xbox.
I got an Xbox.
That's awesome.
Dude, we walked into a coffee shop. And
Wow.
my mom's sitting there, fucking her. She's shaking. She's like, I won. We're like, fuck. I didn't know what was going on. I was like 8. I
Yeah.
had no idea what was happening. I was like, oh, cool, whatever.
Does that mean I get an Xbox?
Yeah, I was-
Cool.
yeah, I just- I
Oh,
didn't care.
cool.
I had no idea like the how extreme the situation was. Like, imagine like right now you just won 70 grand.
That would be fucking dope.
Be great.
Fucking no shit. And it was exactly like what they needed at the time. They
Yeah,
they
yeah,
needed
yeah.
it, and it just like they could do what they were gonna do with no struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to hear?
Put an addition on the house, move, put an addition, and then get Kenzie braces and me an Xbox.
Here's $150.
And then we
Get
went
an
on.
Xbox.
We went to fucking Disneyland and
Oh, true.
went
Yeah,
to
that's
Dominican.
dope.
And,
yeah, you
couple
do
trips.
things for your family, of
yeah,
course.
yeah, it was fucking,
yeah.
and I had no idea. Like
That's
I had
pretty-
no idea.
That's pretty decent for you to like get that house before you
Fuck
got
yeah.
to high school too.
Fuck yeah! Well,
Yeah, that
fucking
was dope.
5-minute walk. Yeah, and yeah, the addition, everything was like but like I was too young to understand how
The addition
difficult
was
that
smart
shit-
money. That was
Oh, yeah.
smart money.
Fucking man,
Yeah,
major investment.
really smart money.
And it was just like I think I was 10 because I was in grade 5.
because I don't really remember it.
We were
I
young.
remember
It
you
was long-
moving, but
yeah,
I
it
don't
was
remember really
almost 20 years ago.
happening.
It was almost fucking 20 years ago. It was like holy fuck, and I just remembered like not caring at all. I was like, when can I go home and skateboard? Sick of being in this. I don't want to be in a coffee shop.
Doesn't
I'm
everyone
10.
win the lottery? Let's
Yeah,
fucking-
like
let's
what?
get
Cool,
on with
mom.
this.
Good,
It's your turn to win,
good
Mom, or
shit.
what?
Yeah,
Come on.
cool.
When's my turn to win?
Dad's gonna win next week. It's gonna
Yeah.
be fine. Who cares?
We just had our first phone call today for our mortgage renewal with RBC,
That's been 5 years,
4 years,
4 years.
and so we're looking at rates now, and
Low, eh?
they're low, but could be lower. Could be lower. We're gonna try and work them down.
Really?
Yeah. HSBC has their.
You guys, I bet you if you guys
I'll work.
remortgage, you'll fucking get a lot.
I'm
more
gonna
than
I'm
what
gonna
you
work.
guys
I'm
do.
gonna work on RBC. I think, but
Appraised
the
or whatever.
HSBC's 5-year variable is 1.99.
That's fucking low,
I know,
man.
I know.
Holy fuck,
Wasn't there a
that's
lot?
low.
There was like
Yeah.
some places that were 0
5-year variable.
or something stupid like that.
That's the
I don't
zero's the nominal rate. Some
The
places in the
benchmark.
states, like some 10-year bonds, for example, are like 0 or negative in the U.S. So you loan your money to the government, and they fucking give you less back
good deal.
or more back.
Yeah.
Sorry, more back. And so anyway, so we called them today. And
I'll give you my money.
It's funny because you said the addition thing, the lottery.
I made him like probably $900K.
We want to take $40,000 against the equity of this house.
Is that why you are remortgaging, or just
no? Our term's up.
What do you mean? I don't know. This
we want to take $40,000 against the dollar amount that the house has grown in value plus what we've paid on principal.
True.
So they paid down the mortgage, and they're going to take money out of that what they paid down.
Not only what we paid down though, also what the house has increased in value.
Okay.
So
you're reevaluating.
So do you know how much? So you know how much RBC was willing to give us not willing to give us, but like what they roughed us for available money on this house. So we have no equity loans on this house right now. We just pay the mortgage. We have no loans against this house. How much do you think they were willing to give us?
You have no loans against this house?
Nothing against the house.
Like no, you have a mortgage though.
That's it though.
Okay.
But no equity loan is what I mean.
Oh yeah.
At the moment.
It's okay.
Was that a loan to take out for like a reno or whatever?
That's what you're supposed to use it for, yeah.
I don't know, $200,000?
How much they're approved for?
Yeah.
How much they could take out?
Roughed it.
From what you paid? Yeah, right. 260.
180. And so
because you need to keep 20% in no matter what.
I couldn't believe that you had to like that.
Is that like an assurity for the bank? Like if you pay up to 20%, they won't let you take below that.
You always got to have 20% down against your house, whether you're buying the house or whether you own it for 15 years. Well, 5 maybe if your first time, but you're still paying someone that extra money, whether you pay it in installments or you pay it right off the hop.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to have 20% against the house all the time. I couldn't believe that it was like $180,000.
Oh, I figured it would be that much. I'm looking at refinancing my place, and it's like a fucking lot.
It's insane, eh? So I was saying to Ken's, like, if we took, because we're talking about the house that we want to buy next year, and saying if we took 40 for the wedding, we assume we get that back
next year.
Yeah.
Oh, us, yeah.
Us, yeah. And,
us.
Yeah, us.
Oh,
I think are moving.
It's only been a few weeks since we talked about this. Hopefully, we're still doing
I thought
that.
you were talking about them. Oh, I'm fucking on.
Us?
Yeah,
we've been looking at places in Dundas still, but I was thinking, like, how is it possible? How is it possible that people have a mortgage for 5 years and then look at something like their equity and decide not to put it somewhere instead of parking it in a mortgage?
Well, you were the one that was going to pay down debt.
That was off the cuff, though. Like, I wasn't really thinking. You just kind of sprung that question on me. Because at the time, I was like, yeah, that wouldn't be bad if I could like knock off a little bit of principal.
Maybe I can move out.
Do you know why they do that? It's because you can't. What do you do? Keep remortgaging, and then what? Your mortgage is going to be paid off when you're 105 years old?
No, but you do it once, right?
If you do, yeah, okay, you can do it once, sure, but would that just push? If you're not interested in like investing in property, which is like obviously stupid, I think you should.
Yeah.
But if you aren't, then like you might as well just pay off your mortgage so it's paid off when you're like 55. You know.
I want to pay one off for that, but you're right.
I remember. I don't remember what day it was, but I do remember coming home one day and my dad just goes, "Yep, mortgage is paid off today." I was holy fuck, that's pretty fucking decent.
I remember my mom saying that too.
Just imagine having all that money just sitting in your fucking bank account after that.
Well, that's what they're like. So now you're like, hey, you have all this money in your house. You want to take it out again?
I don't even know.
60 years old,
man. We were like,
well, fuck it. You can just do whatever you want.
Your sister and I were talking like at dinner.
You get to fucking deal with it later.
Yeah, that's why they don't.
We were talking at dinner about like even the money we pay my dad. Like we're close to paying his $50,000 back, and even that's like about $1,000 a month. Like, what the fuck are we gonna do with that? $1,000 every month. I was saying to your sister, I'm like, we invest it. We could like put it away and do something crazy with the house after like half a year.
Something crazy.
I would say probably.
No, you could redo like that little bathroom upstairs, which needs to be done. If you had $6,000 to put in there, you could fucking heat the floor.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
but then you wouldn't want to do that. You might want to actually make it way.
I know, but you know what I'm saying, right?
$6,000.
There's a lot of stuff you could do, and you don't realize like how these little. The point I was going to make is that whether it's home equity line, lottery, or like you run into some kind of money, right? There's ways where you can really stretch it and enjoy like little things in life, or you put it in like your parents took you on a bunch of trips, whatever, spend a bunch of money on stuff that they're never going to see again. But that addition to the house, every day, that's worth more money.
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing if you do a renovation or whatever.
That's what HELOCs are for. They're for taking money out against your house to improve your house to make it worth more.
Yeah.
That's like what they were designed for.
Weddings? What about
weddings? We didn't even fucking.
Not quite. Fuck it. That's what I'm using mine for.
I don't know if I want to get married with fucking thinking this financially.
How's your dating life going? Average?
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Flat?
It's going, yeah. Fuck, I guess.
That's all right.
I'm at the point. I'm like, man, I'm so fucking
Flat in the curve.
like this, just fucking. Yeah, I mean, I'm in, and then I'm like, I don't know, like, fuck. I kind of like just going forward, like becoming, like crushing it.
Yeah.
With no distractions, but like then I'm like, I could get a girlfriend. Like I'm still kind of in that mindset.
It might help
like,
you crush, man.
It probably would.
With the right girl.
It was what you said. Like I do want to put roots down. I kind of do. I do want to get the fuck out of that. Let's go out and party. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm fucking done with it. I quit smoking cigarettes. I drink still.
How many days are you off smoking? Since the cottage?
Yeah.
Wow. Good for you. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, but it's fucking. It's a bitch, I'll tell you that.
But you got to be coming out of that now, right?
No.
About a month in, no?
It's over. Yeah, a month. Yeah.
It doesn't get easy.
When does it get easier?
I don't know, probably never.
Isn't there a magazine or something you can read about this?
Start something you're going to try quit for the rest of your life. That's what they say about it.
That's a really good saying.
But it's just like, I don't give a fuck about that anyway. I'm like, it's fine. I can deal with it. But yeah, I want to get out of that. Like, I do want to put roots down because, yeah, it'll get you fucking, you just, it seems easier. Like, I envy both of you guys because you guys, like, have no problem staying in on a Friday.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to
I want to go fucking, let's go.
Tomorrow night, I think I might take Scoop over to the hill by the toboggan area there and throw him the ball for a bit. And then I'm going to come back here and maybe get a pizza and play Borderlands.
Crush a couple crispy boys.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
I doubt it.
Yeah, I'm not there.
Yeah. If I'm having crispy boys tonight, I'm not having it tomorrow.
I'm full speed right now.
I'm just fucking hanging out tomorrow night too.
Yeah,
probably.
see, yeah,
I'm going to be fucking buckled by like 1.
But you're going up
tomorrow.
north. You're going up north though.
Yeah. I'm coming home Sunday. I'm making the responsible play.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you.
That is a good call.
Your sister's not coming home until Monday, I don't think. They're staying the full 3 days.
I hope they stay. I want to come home.
Yeah,
that's what I said. I want to go up, do some mushrooms, and fucking think. Because I was like, I'm kind of due for a trip. I'm like, I'm at this weird.
Can we leave that mushroom thing in the podcast? Do you think?
I don't care.
Okay.
He's got a mic in his hand. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
just asking. Well, you never know. All right.
Mushrooms is. I'm more comfortable saying I'm doing mushrooms than I am saying the R word later. not when it comes out. But later I'm like, fuck.
Can't believe I said that again.
Again? But I'm gonna just do that. I was like, fuck, I'm kind of due for a trip. I think I need to like kind of reorganize. Like I go like a couple days I'm like riding a super high wave, and then other days I'm not. I'm like, well, this is fucking stupid.
Do you have I mean, I'm asking you, Mike, but feel free to answer too. Well, I know I'll have an opinion on this. I've been kind of watching the last, like, I don't know, how long have we been in quarantine? 4 months now? 5 months? Mm-hmm. I've been watching kind of girls who were like hot growing up, like friends of mine, who have just like completely descended into like pure like TikTok thoughtdom over the last 5 months.
That's not where I thought you were gonna go.
And they've broken up with their boyfriends.
That's the new culture, man.
They've broken up with it.
It's sex culture.
It's very strange. And also,
I don't know how to. I don't like it.
Also,
I don't like that.
Also, I've watched. Also, I've watched.
I want out.
Man, I've also watched a few girls. Red wine and charcuterie board their way into like 20 extra pounds in the last 5 months. And I know
that's where I thought you were going.
I've had some grief about this already from a few friends of mine about how
it's fucking guys too, man.
I was just about to say
a lot of guys
doing this too.
Really, bro?
Yeah.
You know? I thought you would have done the opposite.
Man, I went back to work after like 3.5 months, and it was like, whoa, everyone looks fucking
fat,
way different.
Doughy,
Holy
very
shit,
bad.
Man, V
bad.
I don't get it. I'm like, and that's where you kind of realize like the people that are doing it because they have to versus the people that are doing it because they want to.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, fuck, I gotta go work out. I gotta run. Like it's like the aesthetic benefits for me are just like a bonus. The mental benefits are fucking everything, man.
Yeah,
like the diet, the running, the whatever exercise.
I've been killing the fucking man especially after watching you eating your fucking bird food the other day. Or the other day, a month ago. I remember thinking like back to my early 20s when I was doing the beef and eggs. Now I've been doing beef and eggs for a few weeks. It feels fucking good. Yeah. Feels really good. Yeah. Also, like, man, the way you feel at 9:30 in the morning, like when I go to my first call, having already eaten breakfast, worked out, taken the dog out.
Oh, yeah.
You're ready. The rest of the day is yours.
Oh, yeah,
you don't have to worry about, like, I got to get the dog out. Doggy's tired. He's not bothering you to work.
Everything's done.
Oh, man. I've been, like, getting up early because, like, usually, like, before quarantine, when I would go to work, I would wake up, just get in my car and go to work, and then, like, eat when I got to work.
Yeah.
And, like, after, like, an hour drive. Now I've been getting up, making my breakfast, sitting there chilling.
Nice.
and then going to work after like 45 minutes.
Are you on the same hours as you were before?
Yeah, same
You're just
hours.
getting up earlier.
I'm just getting up earlier. Yeah,
Nice.
same hours.
What time
And
do you
it
get
just-
up?
6:30.
Now?
Now.
That's pretty good. You should try 6. Oh, you'd love 6. If you like 6:30, you would love 6.
Yeah.
6 is good.
But I
If
just
you think you like 6, you're gonna hate 5.
No, 5:45 is nice. That's a sweet spot.
Sure, yeah, whatever.
Man,
I got 5 and it fucking sucks ass.
But you got to go as soon as you wake up.
Yeah, I have to leave my house at 5:30.
that's
you
fucking
can't really
rough.
Not the same.
When I go
same.
set my alarm, it's like I'm in bed at 8. It's like your alarm is set for 8.5 hours from now. I'm like, I have to go to bed in half an hour, aka
Yeah.
to get 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah, that fucking blows.
So I'm like, 5 it's a little early. But
That
like
does suck.
I wish I could do that, but it's like
Yeah.
I get up at 4:30.
Do you find
Yeah.
you find you like
mosey around. It's
you
fucking
more
brutal.
you more relaxed now. You get to work. You're just kind of ready to.
Oh, I fucking love it, man. Because like
Stay on that because
'cause
it
I
goes
have-
away fast.
Could.
yeah.
Because you can get locked into routines. That, like I'm noticing it now too. Mind you, like I'm at way earlier, so it's harder for me. But
Yeah.
stay on it.
But I haven't done it. But like I have to do it now, kind of, because like I need to actually prepare my breakfast and shit, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, like I'm like, well, I'm boiling water, making like I actually it's so fucking good. I don't give a fuck what you guys say. It's fucking delicious, and I look forward to it every day.
The ready
I start
oats
having it
or whatever?
twice a day. Yeah. So steel cut oats, bunch of cinnamon on top, coconut flakes, maple syrup. It is fucking
That's it?
good.
You know
And
what?
hot water.
You know
Oh,
what?
hot water.
Kenzie's
That is
eating. Kenzie's
probably
eating
good.
like
Bro, it's
she's
fucking
eating like
del-
red.
oh,
she's
and-
eating like blueberry oats or whatever every day. She
And
loves
you
it.
cut up a pear and put a full pear like diced up in it.
A
Holy
pear?
fuck. Pear better than an apple. Way better. And sometimes on weekends when I want to treat
Pears
myself,
are better. Like
Apples- apples bite.
nutrition wise.
Apples bite sometimes. They're a little too sour.
they are.
Yeah.
Pear, man,
Yeah.
this is what I've been doing on weekends.
like
Interesting.
energy nutrition
On
shit,
weekends.
A lot of that.
Take a fucking pear, cut it up.
Why
dice
you?
it up.
Why are you? Because I just got
'Cause
asked.
I'm a
Why
fucking
you?
look-
No. Why are you looking over there like you're just about to tell us like? That's what we do on weekends.
No, because I'm like, oh
I wanna
wait,
cut up this
I'm
pear.
like, this guy's pretty. I'm thinking like,
It's
you're
almost
pretty.
this is a fermented pear.
I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Joey's
Fucking
pretty
wasted.
fucking. You're pretty poor, man. I'm just double checking that you have a stove. Because you fucking fry it up in honey. You take a pear, fry it up, drizzle a bunch of honey on it, fry it in honey, and then put that on top of your fucking oats.
Well, that's
You're
the
laughing.
treat, eh? That's
Man.
the weekend treat.
Fucking goddamn delicious.
What
I'm telling you
cooking?
right
What
now.
cooking blogs are you reading?
Bro,
every day?
that's Fred
You
from
have
the
to.
Dome, man.
Man, if you got like honestly, like you were at a point where you had to kind of fucking do that shit. So like, good for you.
Can you do that?
fucking-
Can you do that with the acid light diet, the pear?
Yeah,
But the apple you
have
can,
to,
I guess,
You have
eh?
to do
Yeah, yeah.
apple. You have to
Okay.
do pear.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they say necessity is the mother of invention. That's why. You
That's
do
right,
that
man. 'Cause, man, like a lot of people are like, oh, I fucking can't do this diet. It's like you're just following like the guideline. Like you could go off the beaten path and make shit taste good.
Let's get creative, man.
Do you
It's
guys?
fucking
Do you
good.
guys want to
Open up
hear?
a fucking spice rack. Put some of that on your eggs if you're sick of eggs.
We're
Yeah,
fucking.
exactly.
We're
It's
here.
that simple,
We're
man.
here now.
Like,
How much
fuck.
time? How much time we in?
Hour and 10.
We're here now.
Really? It feels like it's like 2.5.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. You know who I've been going to the gym with the last little while? I don't think this is the show, so I'll drop a name here.
Ginweed?
For the last week and a bit,
I
I've
don't think
been
this is in the show.
giving workouts. Doesn't listen to the show.
Oh,
Doesn't listen to the show, but we both know him.
Yeah.
we're gonna drop a name.
Giving workouts to him, and he came with me Saturday and Sunday last week, and
Was
we
he on our
got
football
we
team?
got Saturday and Sunday booked this week. It's Barry.
I knew it.
Oh,
So-
Tyson Berry.
So
That's
Barry and I have been going to work out, a little here, a little there, and he's been going to his work gym. He's at Good Life tonight doing legs.
Mm-hmm.
He,
He strikes me as a guy who doesn't care about the pandemic.
you know what? You know what? As much as it's fun to like kind of poke fun at Barry because he's like a super nice guy all the time. He's like,
He wears this fucking face mask on his head,
yeah,
like a do rag.
So-
Holes in it.
so he wanted to start working out. I said, sure, you get a membership at Good Life. Let's start going. So I took him last week, Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, he's just starting to work out.
Yeah, so Saturday I took
What?
him. I
Really?
took him
Sure?
to.
Can you tell?
Yeah, I took him to Good Life on Saturday.
I
First
like
time.
Barry. He's good energy. He's fucking.
He
high,
is good
positive,
energy.
Fucking
He's always positive.
He's
I know.
singing around,
I know.
man.
That's why I don't.
mind him.
I don't typically take like people who want to go to the gym. Like I'm not going with you. I don't fucking know. Know what you're gonna be like. But I knew he's a bit of a go-getter, right?
Bend
So
don't break, boys. Bend don't break.
Yeah.
I like his attitude. He's got a good attitude.
Always
He's very
good attitude.
optimistic.
Always
Very
good attitude.
positive guy.
He
for
always
sure.
like, even if it's like, there's no way we're gonna win the game. Barry's just like, come on, boys, bend don't break.
bend don't break. Bend
He
don't
always
break.
says that shit. I'm like,
So-
all right, I respect.
So we went Saturday. I was a bit hungover and took him for what were we doing that day? We were doing bison back. So I rip a bison back with him for an hour.
Bison back?
Next day we rip legs like squats, lunges, whatever. And Monday he sends me a text. He's like, I can't move. I can't walk.
Of course
Can't
you
do
can't.
anything.
It's like he's 40.
And I told him,
And he's just starting to work out.
I told him, I said, man, it's gonna take you like 3 weeks to get over this hump. But to get over the hump, you got to do a couple of things, right? And you guys are describing the one thing that people can't do, and it's
He's doing it. Good for him.
but it's like focusing on diet.
Oh, diet's the hardest.
And he'll
Yeah.
send me a text. Like he sent me a text Sunday morning or Monday morning. He's like, "Can I have this?" It's like a protein ice cream kind of thing. I'm like, I was like,
it's 7 a.m.
I was like, no.
That's a DQ Blizzard.
I was like, no, you can't have that. I'm like, look at all those carbs. You can't have that. Absolutely not.
But
And
what,
so he'll text me like during the week. He sent me a message on like Monday or Tuesday night. He's like, can I have a diet? Can I have a Diet Coke?
Made dinner. It's like, nah, you got to throw that out, Barry. Sorry, bro.
I was like, he's like, can I have a Diet Coke after work? I'm like, no. I'm like, no. He's like, can I have a beer after work? I'm like, no, you can't.
As you're having a White Claw?
Yeah, well, when he looks like me, he can have a fucking White Claw too, okay? That's when he can fucking start doing it.
Yeah.
And so, like, I was telling him, he's asking, like, what do you and Kenzie eat? It's like, what do you guys eat all the time? I'm like, eggs, chicken, beef.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, it's really, it seems like a lot, but once you get into it, like you're describing with Will, right? Whether it's the waking up early or you're saying the oats now. Are you ever going to stop eating those now that you know how good they are for you and how easy they are to make and you like them?
I've been eating oats for like years and years and
You
years,
just
but
get
that
into it.
instant oats shit, and this is way fucking better than those instant oats. I'm never going back to that.
You
For
just
sure.
get into it, you like it, it's good for you.
And man,
Yeah.
Why would you stop doing it?
Dude, the
Yeah.
other thing too that you guys,
But getting there is hard.
That's what I was just about to say. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people, like that's why I'm like super gung ho on working out now, like in my younger years, because it's a lot easier to stay in shape than it is to get in shape.
Fucking
like,
right,
Barry,
yeah.
he's talking to you. Hey, can I have this? No, you can't. Because you need to get in shape. You're not in shape. And, like,
Yeah.
what you said, like it sounds like a dick move. What you're saying, and when he looks like me, he can have a White Claw, which is fucking fair to say. 'cause
Yeah.
you stayed in shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like that's literally it. You need to have like if you want to get in shape, you need extreme amount of discipline. Like one good example is your cousin.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
fucking crushed it. He just did intermittent fasting and he's been Jack.
IF. Oh, Jack is. Oh yeah.
Holy fuck, bro.
That's
Like it was fuck.
Even at the cottage, he was doing it.
I was looking at him at
Yeah.
the cottage. I was like,
Crazy,
what the
crazy,
fuck? Like
yeah.
the guy, like the
Yeah.
guy goes from like looking like he was never like by any means like really out of shape. Or
He's
anything.
probably
No.
he
just
probably
kinda,
lost.
Like, he just kind of didn't do anything, but like he's got good genetics, right? So he kind of just he wasn't fat, but he had a little bit of a beer belly kind of thing. Like he's 30.
he looked like an
Yeah.
average 30-year-old guy.
Exactly.
What do you think he lost?
exactly.
30, 40 pounds?
I don't know.
Something like that, probably.
Yeah,
Maybe not 40.
ish.
but-
I don't know, but I'm looking at him now. He's like his shoulders are cutting in now. Like it's not
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's not like doughy. I'm
I
like,
told him
holy
he's got
fuck.
the fucking
And all he did-
The
penis
sex
ravine
line.
there or
Sex-
whatever.
sex
Yeah,
lines,
fucking.
yeah.
I'm looking at him like, dude,
What happened to this guy?
All he did was like maybe he started exercising a little bit.
You really just throw hands at the cat? Oh no! Oh no!
All he starts doing is like maybe exercising a bit. I don't even know that, but the one thing that he emphasized was his diet.
Yeah,
And it fucking was huge.
IF
That's the
is
biggest fucking thing.
Huge.
It is.
It's
It is.
number one. It's number one by 80%.
I think
never-
you can get away. Go ahead, Will. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say on the flip side of things, like when I first entered university, I was like small and I was like working out. I'm like, I want to get bigger.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So I was working out
God, it's that
twice
alpha
a
male.
day, 2 times a day. Since the first day I got to university, like we were saying before, make it like get into it. And I just forced myself to go to the gym that first day of university.
Just build the machine,
And then I'm just
man.
like, all right, now I'm in it. Now I've done it. I got over the hump. I'm just going to do it every day.
Yeah.
So I started going twice a day, but I would come home at the end of the day, eat Campbell's soup, and then go to bed. Like eating
Wasting
nothing. Like
all
a
your
piece
fucking-
of bread
all
in the
work you
morning.
did just gone.
You
Yeah.
spend all your money on vodka.
So the opposite. I was like, I was working out. I'm like, oh, why aren't I getting any bigger? Because I'm eating like 800 calories a day.
Burning like 1900.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Holy
Especially
fuck.
with 2 days, like you just all I just gotta do is lift weights. Like no, you have to fucking eat.
You do
A
have to
fuck
eat
ton, yeah.
Like, it's like
the right things. The right things.
man. It's like, and I'm like, and it doesn't even, like that even goes into other shit. Like I know this podcast has been flagged by fucking people being like, we fat shame. It's like, go fuck yourself.
But they are fat.
yeah.
So,
And so is Joey.
that's not my
I've
problem.
been skinny shamed.
Have you?
Yeah.
We
well,
skinny shamed you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, and like it's like I look at you two. You guys, if you guys stop working out, you guys thin out. If I stop working out, I just egg out.
Yeah.
pear shape.
But you haven't really let that happen.
No, I won't let it happen because it's not like an insecurity. It's just like I'm just not down.
You're not gonna feel good. Like stuff
There's
like your
tastes as good as skinny feels. It's
and also
that's
like
a true thing.
your knees and ankles and like
Everything.
I don't know,
Dude,
man.
I wanted to lose weight not for like an aesthetic appeal. It just kind of worked out. But it's my body. I was 210 and bulky. I'm like, this is like it looked good in like a large shirt, like a fill in a shirt. But I don't fucking feel good.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel terrible. Like I'm lethargic. I'm
hungry.
stiff. I'm constantly hungry.
Yeah.
Tired. And I lost like now I'm probably up 5, but I was down 15. So I'm about 198 all the time now. But I feel fucking way better. Just like the cardio, my diet. But like my diet kind of slips.
Every time I go to the stairs,
now.
you're there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You might be living in one of those tent cities by the stairs.
Yeah, I do. I don't go home.
Huh.
Oh,
Interesting.
cool.
Yeah.
So you did move out.
Yeah, yeah. Finally, I just live
Decent.
under the stairs.
As long as you didn't use your first time home buyers, I don't care if you move
On
out.
a tent from sale.
Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah.
I don't even know if I want to use my first time home buyers with this. I might just try to fucking aggressively.
Yeah. We don't have to use that.
Because I'd rather use that for my actual home.
It is funny.
Pretty important. To do
Yeah.
It is funny that people like the fat shaming thing. I keep on seeing. I saw this picture the other day. This is gonna get us in trouble or me in trouble, but I saw this picture the day of like 6 women.
We're fucking right wing.
Six women in their bras and underwear. And it's like all these women weigh the same. They all wear their weight differently. The thing is that like
one is what 5'2",
and one is like 6'4". Like they're just like she's huge, right?
They're completely dismissing genetics.
It's like what? Like what do you think? What do you mean wear your weight differently?
I've
you can't be 125 if you're 4'5". Like you can't.
Bigger statures, and they're like, "What do you think I weigh?" And my first response is, I'm smarter than to answer that.
Yeah.
Because you never answer that question.
Oh,
they insist, and I go 160.
You go, oh, what? I go low.
I'm honest. I don't care. I'll tell you what I think.
Let's go 180.
I can price out weights.
I'm not good at women's weights. I'm so bad. I have no fucking clue.
Well, it depends. Because like usually the chicks I'm talking to they're not just like, they're like in the gym all the time. Like they don't care about that.
It is hard to guess girls' weights though.
Especially when they weight lift and shit.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
They don't give a fuck. They're like, yeah, fuck. What do you think I weigh?
Yeah.
They're not like, oh, I'm like 120.
Dainty.
Yeah, they're not like that. They don't. They understand the game, right? They're not fucking. They're not like obsessed about it. Like so, and like genetics plays a huge part.
Oh fuck yeah,
and it's like they wear their weight. I don't like. I mean, with women, it's kind of different. I mean, it is. Like the society did kind of fuck them in a sense, like in a weird way. Like they do have like I don't know. It is weird. Like they do, like that beauty is their currency. It really is. I'm really trying to dig my way out of a fucking hole.
It's okay. It's okay. We're watching. You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. You're getting there.
That's their currency.
We spent 8 months now talking over each other, and we're just gonna let you talk this one out. I think. Yeah. Not gonna be any interrupting here.
How to bail you out of that?
It's okay. I'm gonna bail myself out. Girls, I have a different approach. I have a different opinion on like when it comes to this shit. Guys, go fuck yourself. Straight up.
Yeah.
Because every time I've had a fallout or anything that, or like a shortcomings or anything, everyone said, "Oh, go fuck yourself." Oh, you're a fat dude? Go fuck yourself. How about that? Girls, I'm like, all right, fine. I'll be a little bit more sympathetic. Fine.
For sure. No, I agree.
But I'm not gonna be. What's it called? What the fuck is like? What is it when you're just like body shaming? Or
healthy at any size.
I'm just that exactly. I'm like, no, you're not healthy.
No.
100%.
It's not okay, and it's not okay because you don't look good. I don't care what you look like. It's your body.
It's because diabetes is the thing.
Yeah, and I'm like, also just take care of your body. Like, stop being like, oh, I can do this because it's allowed now. It's like it shouldn't be allowed.
The fucking fat to fab story for guys too, and girls the same story. Like, there's no more praise you can get than breaking like a lifetime, like an adult lifetime of bad habits and getting into a situation where like, whoa, this person lost a bunch of weight, discipline is showing. Because at the end of the day, like this is like akin to selling the sizzle, not the steak, right? You're not selling, per se the new body or the new look, but the discipline it took to get there has value on dating markets, on social markets.
I don't care who the fuck you think you are. If you think you're not shallow, you're full of shit.
Big time.
Oh, there's a natural. Big time. Everybody has a type in their mind. You're naturally attracted to something.
Of course you are.
You have to. Like that's just natural mating cycles.
Yeah, you could get along with someone super, super well and be like, oh, we're gonna be great together when we're both 80 because we're never gonna like we're not gonna have,
Never
to have
banging.
sex.
No, we're not
So it doesn't
banging.
matter. But like, what are you gonna do? You gonna stick it out for fucking 40
I like your
years?
mind. I like your
50 years?
mind.
40 years.
Yeah, fuck
I like your
no.
mind, but I'm not fucking you.
Fuck.
And that's
Yeah,
people
you're right.
don't want to agree with that because that's not fair.
Well, it's not. It's not trendy.
But
It's
guess
not
what?
trendy.
You still see ugly fat people in relationships.
Yeah, and good for them. I hope they bang.
Exactly.
I doubt they do, but I hope they do.
It's
I like-
not like they're just out there not fucking. They're still out there fucking.
I don't think they are.
What? You don't think they're?
I think it happens less than you think.
really.
Just think about like the logistical arrangement that would have to be made to get to like.
Is there? Is this is gonna be? Might have to.
Go for
We
it.
might have to censor this.
It's fine.
Is there?
Thank you, everyone. Good night and God bless.
Is
Go
there?
ahead.
Is there like a fat ugly version of Tinder?
I don't know.
Thunder?
There
Yeah.
There
There has to be. There has to be like meetfat.com or something.
FAT.R.
Maybe.
Like, cause like if that existed, those people are gonna fucking find someone.
You know what we should
I think
start?
those people have a better shot finding each other than not.
But
Fuck
that's because
yeah.
they
Like,
need.
no, just
But it's
like
because
even
they
in-
need
even in
company.
Ice cream
person,
parlors.
It's because they.
Oh, boy.
Even in person.
It's because they want company.
Yeah.
That's
Which is fair.
Yeah,
Which is fair. And like
absolutely.
everybody does. That's like the one thing, like, I'm single right now. That's like the one thing I'd be down for. Well, I mean, getting laid all the time is dope, but like, that's like number one. Number two is the company. It's
Yeah.
a close second.
but it's only if the company's good.
only.
But that's
Can't
the
be
thing though, 'cause, like,
forced.
those
Can't be
people like
forced.
again, whatever. But they were like they've probably been lonely a lot of their life, you know, where you haven't really been.
Damn, this is so sad.
So like they're like ready to settle and get into relationship with one another
Mhm.
because like
What you just
They're
said
like-
is they're ready to settle.
more
Like
likely
they don't.
they're
like,
more
like I don't want to settle. That's
Isn't-
why I'm
that's what I'm
still
saying.
single.
They're more likely to settle
Yeah.
and find someone, and then they'll probably be happier than a lot of us.
Fuck
I bet.
yeah.
Isn't there another angle here where
I
like
agree with you.
where like
100%.
if you're an overweight person and you find another overweight person, this is like as dicey as the content on this podcast has gotten, probably because this is such a weird climate to say this kind of stuff in. But if you got one
Might as well
overweight
push the
person,
line.
one overweight person meets another overweight person, right? We could call it settling, and like I just referred to it as like, you know, it's not love, it's company or whatever, which is not my line. I heard that on some comedy special, I'm sure. But isn't it possible that
Always
those
good to
people
quote comedy specialties. That was,
yeah.
those
always really
people
keep you out of
Those guys
trouble
never
on a
get
pod.
canceled.
those people have like more in common with each other than almost anybody else. Like they're in the same struggle, they want the same end, and they're about to go through the same like grueling process to get there if they do it together.
That would be sick.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You know what I
That
mean?
is- that is
That's
what,
real
that's
depth.
ideal
That's real
for
depth.
me to see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are the
fuck
things
yeah.
that I like to see.
Yeah.
Like people taking things back into their own hands. Like I'm not sitting here hating fat people or hating overweight people or
No,
whatever.
definitely.
I'm like,
Wow, why would you hate 'em?
it doesn't bother me that these people are out of shape. It bothers me the way that they live and the way that they continue to live, and they don't want to fucking take
They
responsibility.
pretend it's okay.
and then they get mad at you for like calling them out and being like, hey man, why don't you like take your life? Like you'll feel a lot better. And like you're a dick for saying that. It's like fuck you, man.
Interesting
Like, you won't- like, have you ever just have you ever drank 3 liters of water in a day? Have you ever done that?
I've never drank in that much.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Drunk in it.
like I'm just saying, like people that like there's a lot of people that are overweight and are getting in shape. I have nothing to say to them because
No.
fucking keep going.
Yeah.
Keep doing your shit.
That's right.
I'm on board with you.
And it's a long
fuck that you're overweight.
That's right. And it's a long road too.
Yeah,
You-
and we
as-
all know it.
Yeah, you
We all
start.
fucking
You
know.
start, and that's all I care about is you
Like,
started.
if I'm in the gym and I see somebody overweight working, fired up.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
Fired up. Good
Yeah.
for you,
Absolutely.
man. That's all I can say.
That's like when you see people like snickering at people at the gym. It's like
Hate
you
those
should
people.
never be like that.
Hate
Because
those
those people are
who
fucking
snickers at
there.
Who snickers at people in the
that are
gym?
fucking
Oh,
losers.
fucking people do that for sure.
Condescending fucking piece of shit. Like we sound condescending because we're fat shaming in quotes, but it's like no. This is a health thing. It's not like I feel like I'm better. Like I'm not looking down on them, but I am in a sense if you're doing nothing and you're arguing with me about that.
The worst part is
Right.
that like I don't. For people who say that it's fat shaming to call somebody fat and tell them to get in shape, like
What's a cop out?
also what do I have to gain by, especially like another guy? I'm the loser if another guy is able to get in
Better
the
himself,
same
yeah.
kind of shape that I'm in.
No
Yeah,
shit.
Like then it like I generally am at a loss there, right? Like
But you can't. But
girls will go for this guy instead of me,
Yeah.
or like
fuck yeah. And people
it's,
can't, but they
it's
don't
not
see
something.
it
It
like
doesn't
that.
doesn't do me any good
Like,
for this
and
guy
then-
to get in
and
shape.
It's funny because like they look at us like we're assholes. It's like, dude, we're just trying to help
Yeah.
you out. Like, yeah,
I can't believe you guys think at your gym people snicker at the.
It's unbelievable.
Come on.
It's unbelievable. Like,
Wow.
I will look at people.
Never happens at Good
I
Life.
look at people doing some weird shit, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
you fucking seeing this? Like, cause like, some people do some weird shit.
Gonna hurt themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the overweight people, like whatever. I'm like, yeah, fucking good for you, man.
Oh, fuck
Like you see a fucking like an overweight, like middle-aged guy with a fucking sweat ring around.
Oh,
his
good.
neck. I'm fires me
Good.
up.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm
fuck
like,
yeah.
dude, at least you're trying, man. Like, fucking, as long as you keep trying, eventually something's gonna fucking happen.
And if it doesn't, you're still gonna fucking feel way better.
Oh
You're
yeah.
gonna live longer.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, then you just like went at home after work and drank beer and eat pizza
Yeah.
every fucking night.
Very interesting inflection point here on the health of others and how important the health of others is to you. I've been told in no uncertain terms that if I don't wear a mask when I go outside, it's because I don't care about protecting your health.
That makes sense.
And so should I also, by the same token, be slapping cheeseburgers out of the hands of fatties everywhere in order to protect their health? Is that a bridge too far?
That is kind of jokes. Like,
It's interesting to think about, isn't it?
It is, because like you could totally justify.
Where does
that.
my responsibility to the health of others
Imagine you
end?
just did that.
I don't know.
And you just nailed them with.
I just
that?
I
And
might
it
just
was like,
hang out in the drive-thru for the
welcome.
rest of the afternoon on
Welcome.
Saturday and just like, sorry, no.
Dude, there was a guy like.
Yeah, you're the gatekeeper
No,
for
yeah,
Wendy's.
here's a bottle of Dasani.
Dude, this is the thing.
It's on me.
I'm like, it's like there's a mild level of hypocrisy coming from my mouth because I do one of the most unhealthy things, or I did one of the most unhealthy things you could do is smoke cigarettes.
Ciggies, yeah.
I don't smoke all the time, but I smoke when I drink, I did smoke when I drank or whatever. And like you could easily turn this on me, and fair enough, fair play to do so.
Yeah.
But like in my head, I'm never not trying to fucking stop doing it. I'm not just like giving in and being like, yeah, I'm smoking.
You always want to quit.
Every day. I
Okay.
never like
Mhm.
submitted to the fucking urge.
Yeah, but you don't think that they think in their head like, oh, I gotta fucking stop eating like this.
Hard to- it's hard
just like fall back into it.
The people that are like hitting us with backlash on this
Mhm.
are submitted to it.
Which is hard. It's hard to
Addicted
believe.
food. They're addicted to food.
Hard to believe that those people don't see sort of the same issues we see with like unhealthy lifestyles. I would compare, what's worse, right? People talk about what's the new cigarette's going to be. You've heard over the last few years, it's sitting at your office for 8 hours is the new smoking.
I
or
don't think so.
White sugar.
Cannot
I don't
be the
think
same
so.
thing.
White sugar is the new smoking.
What, Coke? Oh,
White
sugar.
sugar. Been hanging around
I've never
the wrong
called-
crowd,
sugar
Sugar.
is bad.
or whatever, right? Any number of things. So I
But
just
no, smoking's just like it's a missile on your lungs. Like it's like it's a snipe shot. It's
you
not-
feel
Yeah.
every night I'll go off and smoke. I'll wake up in the morning and you can't even fathom how shitty you feel.
Yeah. Oh,
I
fuck,
can
I've been
drink
there.
a shitload of beer. I can drink a shitload of booze. If I smoke, I'm really raising the chances of myself puking.
smoking cigarettes
Yeah.
is one of the only things
Yeah.
that even if you're in perfect health, or maybe even more if you're in perfect health, not that I'm there, but I don't smoke cigarettes. But I remember the last time I had a dart, probably last year maybe with you guys, I feel it right away.
Right away.
Man,
There's no doubt about what you just did. It's an unmistakable
So bad.
feeling.
I
It's
think it's
here. It's here.
It's like the one thing, like maybe not the one thing, but it's like a thing where you can't counteract with like exercise or eating good. Like
yeah.
it's not like
You restart every week.
yeah, like if you go to the gym and it's like,
Can't
or if you
make
like
any
eat like a
progress.
fucking ice cream sandwich, it's like I'll just run a couple kilometers tomorrow.
Burn
Burn
the
it.
calories.
Burn
Yeah,
it.
But if you
can't.
have a dart, it's not like I'll just do the stairs. It's like, well, that's in me now.
Dude, it's
Stairs
like
harder
literally
now.
every Monday I'd be like, well, I'm only running 2K today. Then
Yeah.
Tuesday I'd be running 3. And then by Friday I could push 6.
yeah.
And then I'd go out and do it again Monday, running 2K.
Reset
It's
button,
fucking
yeah.
crazy.
Don't they
It's
say
so
that?
bad.
Don't they say that quitting cigarettes you have to quit for twice as long as you smoked for
Probably.
before it counts
Yes,
as
yeah,
quitting? They do
probably.
say that, right?
Probably.
Is there like some biological grounds for that? Like your lungs don't
Well,
recover
addiction, no,
over a certain time, or the
it's-
addiction
It's the
for sure.
It's
Addiction for
carved
sure,
in
yeah.
your brain. It's like they say like nicotine is like as addicting as heroin, as any of that. It's just like
I
it's
believe
so
it.
habit forming. It's so like
yeah.
it's so just like passive. You don't even realize. Like you don't get high from it. You do initially.
Mm-hmm.
You catch the head rush. Like remember every time you would come out and smoke,
I
you'd
still
be like,
get
"Oh,
the
I got a
rush.
head rush." Like,
Same.
I haven't had a head rush in fucking years.
Yeah.
That's what I always flirted the line. Like I would smoke
Yeah.
pretty much until I got a head rush, and then when I stopped,
Stop.
I would just stop, and then I
Yeah.
would start and get a head rush, and then stop when it stopped.
And I never did that. I just kept fucking smoking. And then I smoke with like when I used to smoke weed, I put tobacco in it. I've been smoking
Yeah,
with
yeah.
tobacco like my whole life.
Two toners.
Mhm.
Yes, but it's just like I'm like sitting there like, what the fuck am I doing? Like I'm just why am I going through this stupid. I'm like 5 to quit.
You've changed a lot in the last few years, Mike.
yeah.
When it comes to like these kind of dumb vices that a guy like you who has discipline in other facets of his life, just you had none in some of the other ones, and now it seems like it's more than trickled over. It's all there. What? Yeah. So what?
It's a positive thing.
Yeah, Ken's get my cigarettes out of the bedroom.
Yeah.
Do you have a
How
Mike's
much
note?
better would this podcast be if we all just had cigarettes?
I'd have a
Oh, it'd be
cigarette
better.
outside for this. We should do the cigarette.
better.
We're
It
gonna
would
do
be
this
better.
cigarette.
Cognitive benefits.
We're gonna
for
do
sure.
this cigarette cast in the park next week. We'll fucking
I guess
start
I'll break
that
the
up.
streak. I'll
welcome
bring
to
the vape.
welcome to Marlboro, 2 whites and a red. Do you have a Mike's note?
I don't have a note.
You don't? So we're done. That's it. You going
if you
tomorrow?
decided so.
Well,
we're
fuck,
done.
We're finished.
Hour and a half.
Yeah, that's good. It's enough time. I have to listen to it again. Don't forget. Any final notes, parting words for the fans, the listeners, the?
I mean, I could say something that would probably ignite another conversation, so I won't.
I'm
No,
good.
it's too late.
Wanna
We
keep
ended
going?
it up. No,
Okay.
I've still got some of this beer.
Okay, so keep going.
Nah, it's over.
Holy fuck. Okay.
Goodbye.
Good night and
Alright,
God
good
bless.
night.
Hit the button. I always hit the button.
Peace.